I'm Henry. I'm Eli. I'm Abe. We're Hammerhead, and you're listening to Metal-O-Mania.
Hi, this is Oliver from Ginpad, keeping the trash alive, and you're listening to Metal-O-Mania Radio.
Hey man, is that Metal-O-Mania?
Yeah, man.
Well, turn it up.
You're listening to the best Metal-O-Mania.live.
You are listening to the home of metal, Metal-O-Mania.live. Powered by B Squared Inc. Entertainment.
This is the Crypt, and it's time to find your happy place. Light a stogie, pour a stiff one, and let's fucking party.
Look in the mirror, tell me what you see. Look in the mirror, right to the speed.
All right, everybody, here we are.
Boom. Yeah, man.
Someday.
How about that Helvetica to start off the show, huh?
Fuck yeah.
Good stuff. I'm a
Welcome.
huge fan of that band, yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff. How are you tonight, Miss Scully?
Very, very good. Thank you very much.
Good to see you. Good to see you. And it's good to get back to a little bit of normalcy here at Metal-O-Mania, isn't it?
Back in my seat right here where I got all my controls right at my fingertips.
Right. We're
I
back
feel much
in
better.
our normal environs. We've been through the holidays. We did the Orange Tattoo episode last week. That was a lot of
Badass,
fun,
by
huh?
the way. Right. Special thanks to everybody that
Yeah,
helped
fuck
make
yeah.
that happen.
Yeah, man. Joe One from Orange Tattoo and Frankie Orange from Orange Tattoo and the whole staff over there.
Right.
Just amazing.
And not
Awesome.
to mention our own guys at the
Fuck yeah. Hot Rod.
Bink.
Big Daddy B.
Yep.
Brian from Radio VPS was there. Hot Rod from Radio VPS was there to help us out. We had Ribs
Yep.
from the crew. We had it was a lot of fun.
It was
It was
fun.
good stuff.
And Layla,
don't
Snacks,
forget,
of course.
Snacks showed up and did
Yep.
us a awesome.
Saved my ass.
Yeah,
basically.
man, because
Yeah.
you know we were supposed to have Tina and Ballwood who did not make it to the
Right.
show that night, so
For
we were in
various reasons,
very
but-
close to being in danger of me getting a tattoo and just looking at you at the table by
Watching
yourself,
me watch you.
and you'd have been
So,
like, "So, what's up, guys?"
Yeah,
So,
I
that
would have
would've
been falling asleep. Actually, that would have probably not been.
I know
very
it would have been a show of me getting a
entertaining
tattoo and Scully
show. Be
sleeping.
like, all right,
and
let's play a song, guys.
very true. So big love to Layla for that, man, and
Thanks.
shout out to Ballwood. We hope everything's all right. He did have a family situation to take care of, and shout out to
Sorry.
Tina. We love
Sorry
you.
for your loss.
We'll get Tina in here one day in the future and get her back in front of you guys, man. We love Tina, so you
We'll have
know.
to get Tina and Snacks together.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
We were trying to do it last week. but-
Maybe we'll have to go up north where it's a little easier
yeah, right.
for them.
I know they are both northern
Yeah.
folks from us,
Yeah.
so that's very true, very true. But we appreciate it, and it was a lot of fun. And got the new ink. I'll show you some pictures and stuff online and all that
Yeah.
good stuff. But it was a lot of fun, man. Joe One's amazing. Orange Tattoo's an amazing place.
Yep.
So. Really appreciate everybody. And man, just you guys supported the show in huge numbers, and we really appreciate it very much.
Yep.
So we will have to do that again. In fact, Frankie, while we were there, brought up the idea we should come back next time and bring a band. So
Ooh, we're gonna do
maybe-
a show.
yeah.
That's all right.
I have this
There's
vision in my
Friday the
head.
13th coming up
Oh, that's true.
in March.
I have
March
this
isn't
vision
much
in my
time for
head
planning.
of a nightly show, like a nightly talk show with a house band kind of a thing. You know what I mean? Like a Tonight Show, but for metalheads.
Oh.
So, then maybe we can at least do an episode like that. What do you think?
Well, that's a lot to put together in March. I was just thinking like throw a show.
Yeah, well, we'll figure it out. As details come, we will share them with you. But again, thanks to everybody for hanging out with us and supporting Metal-O-Mania. This is our 51st
51?
our 151th show.
Yep.
Everyone, there you go. So-
That's how I would say it.
Right. But we had a big
So I was
special thing
smoking
for
crack.
150. Yeah, right. If I was on the fucked up shit, we had a great. It's good that we did the Orange Tattoo on 150. I think it was cool that we were able to
Yeah,
celebrate
that
our
was
150th episode doing something pretty cool. So
And right on the heels of their 10th anniversary as well.
true. Yeah, that's
So,
right. Yeah.
Everybody hit a milestone
Yeah,
that week.
man, we're
which was
dropping
fun.
milestones all over the fucking neighborhood.
Yep.
And we got big things coming up. We'll figure out the details as we go. But we got the thing in June. We got a March. We got a 420 release we're doing. We got a June 6th thing we're doing in Chicago. We got some cool
Possibly
things happening.
Friday the 14th, 13th in March.
So yeah, maybe. There you go.
So
Things to look out for.
I said 14th. I
Friday,
didn't mean
Saturday the 14th, the
No,
day I
that's-
woke up after getting fucked up by Jason's mom. There you go.
Yeah, that's a rough day.
It's a rough day. They're all rough days these days.
There's lots of cleanup going on the 14th.
I know. Speaking of cleanup, how's everybody New Year's, man? You know what I mean? We didn't get to properly tell. We spent New
Yeah,
Year's Day with everybody.
True.
Then we had the tattoo episode, but this is our first settled into the
Everybody should be back to work.
Yeah,
and
man.
Traffic's back to normal.
doing your 2020 thing and
you know,
rolling with
right.
it. Where's my flying car?
You can no longer use the excuse of the holidays and fun,
Yeah, right.
now it's like the first full week back. No, get
Right.
your shit together, motherfucker. It's 2020.
Well, I had to hit 20 people back today on social media, like, hey man, now that the holidays are over, what did you need from me again?
Right. Yep.
What's going on again now that I'm back on track? So, yeah, good shit. But a lot of fun. But we got great things coming to you in Metal-O-Mania, and what we mostly have coming for you is just great music, man. There's a ton of great metal being made right now. We want to thank again Katie Sarek. She was just named, by the way, the female metalhead of the year by a couple of different things, man, which is pretty cool. Metallica, we had her on the show a couple of weeks ago.
Very cool.
We brought in 2020 with her, as a matter of fact, and that
Right.
was a lot of fun. So support that band, man, by the way. Decadence from Sweden, just great, man. 16
We got
is
a
a great
package
album.
from them, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We'll make sure we wear their shirts on one of the coming shows. So
Very cool.
a lot of fun. So there you go. And don't overlook, again, Helvetica. We opened up the show with a Helvetica tonight, which is a band out of Switzerland. They formed in 2004. They had an EP. This is an EP, actually. This we told you about their full-length release a while ago, and this is an EP of theirs called BFJ. And pick it up, man. Good stuff.
Okay.
Good stuff. So I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and roll into another jam. We got a lot of music tonight. Oh, you know what? And something else we're going to do tonight, actually, is play the Red Death interview.
Oh, yeah. I'll believe it when I hear it.
I know. I fucked up, you guys. If you were with us last week, I fucked up. We went to Orange Tattoo. We set up everything. We had it all ready to go, and I failed to bring the zip drive with the fucking Red Death interview on it.
The right one.
Yeah, we played the song. But as it is going to be a gift for all of you, because that means it's another excuse to play another Red Death song. So there you go. So we're going to play the Red Death interview tonight. We're also going to be talking to Hateful Agony tonight. So we got a 2-for interview for everybody tonight, as a matter of fact. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Handle it.
Yeah, I'm going to give you the old one, too.
Okay.
And it's going to be fun, man. The Red Death, we're going to play a different song for you. So good stuff. What do you think? So let's fire it up.
We should get started.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I got a 1-2 punch coming for you right now, man. We're going to play some State of Deceit, which is a badass
You got
band.
a lot of those coming tonight.
Yeah, we're going to play
Lot of
some
combos.
debuts
Get your fists
and
up, guys.
combos and debuts, and yeah, we're going to hit you and knock you down. And if you play the drinking game, you're going to have lots of drinking tonight because
so
we
get
got
your
debuts.
bottle out.
Yeah.
Okay. Or whatever it is you use.
Where's
you
my
know.
bottle? There you go.
That's not it. That's not
I got my juice.
lightweight.
But yeah, get your drink on because this is a debut out of the UK. The band is State of Deceit, which I'm telling you, this fucking release is called Retribution, and it is silly badass. I love it.
Okay.
This is the second song we're playing off of, as a matter of fact, for everybody.
So it must be badass.
Fuck yeah, man. I love it. And we're going to follow that up with some Domination Inc., another band we've been telling you about. They got a brand new release. It is called Memoir 414. We're going to play the eye from it for you tonight. Put on your seatbelt, people. I'm telling you. We're going to get you through the back end of your hump day with some fury tonight.
Brace yourselves.
That's right. Strap on in and let's get ready to rock and roll. Much love.
Much metal?
What she said.
Of my life, hail on my silent street. I'm the sous chef here. With any luck, I should be head chef by next year. I've got this amazing fiance.
That's the power of Pine Sol, baby.
Now get Pine Sol at a new low price every day.
My pussy looked like Rocky's eye turned sideways.
Close your eyes. Do you know me? PYH. Protect your holes, okay?
All right, a little 1-2 punch for you tonight on Metal-O-Mania. It's a little State of Deceit and Domination Inc. Both fucking just great bands. I'm a huge fan of both of those bands, man.
Right.
So go over to their social media shit, click the like, buy the albums, pick it up, make it a part of your winter. listening program. Like we're going to fucking stick this metal in your face just all winter long. Keep hanging out with us for your Wednesdays. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, what's up with you, Scully? How are you doing?
I am great. Thank you.
We will get a little into the fucking Iron Reagan stuff later in the show. Not that we want to. Honestly, we really don't want to. But we'll talk a little bit about it. But there's some crazy shit going on in the metal world, man. Did you catch former Pantera sound engineer arrested for child pornography and possession of methamphetamine?
Jesus.
You gotta like that, huh? On January 9th, it was reported that 60-year-old former Pantera and Damageplan sound engineer Charles Aaron Barnes, sometimes known by his nickname Wires, appropriately enough for a meth head. Last month he was arrested in Plano, Texas on charges of possessing and promoting child pornography and possession of methamphetamine.
Jesus.
Good Lord, man.
What is up with people, man?
It's an ugly world, dude.
The amount of people that are actually involved with child pornography is...
It's crazy, right?
It's really disgusting.
It's a
disturbing
world. It really is, man.
Not to, I guess, put a spin on it or anything, but I guess it's a black and white term for things that could have a gray area.
Yeah, right. I know.
So I guess.
Well, I don't know. It depends but not when the child stuff is
when
involved.
you say child porn, I mean, that's pretty defined.
Yeah, I mean, well, think about this. What does it say about us as a society?
Mm-hmm.
That the upper echelons, like I'm not going to get into the whole Epstein thing. It's too political and I don't know enough about it. But from what I can tell, it seems to be a thing that if you have a shit ton of money, you want to fuck kids or something? I mean, what happened? Why is that? What is that connection? You know what I mean? Where is that? You know, is it just like I'm so powerful I can do everything, including something fucked up like this? I mean, I don't get that. No matter how rich I could ever be, that will never be something I want to do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I know.
I could be dripping money out of my pores and I'll never say, I'm going to, you know what I mean? I can't even say it out loud. I was literally going to make the joke just now for emphasis and for, impact. And I can't even do that.
I couldn't even do it. No, I get it. I'm glad.
I don't get it. It's so disturbing. It's so, I'll never understand that about the human, the shit we are able to do to one another will never, ever, ever cease to amaze me. Ever.
And I honestly haven't read a lot of the details myself, so I just don't want that info in my brain. But
Truth.
God, are we talking like actual kids, or are we talking like
I think
teenagers
so, man. Well,
that are like on the
think
verge
about-
of being adults? That you know what I mean? Like
Think about that
Not
pedo
that I'm
island.
making that any better, but
From what I've read, that
children.
pedo island, like what people went there was the main age that people went there for was like 8 to 10 years old.
Oh my God, that's so awful.
Why?
Kill them.
What?
Kill them
Why?
all.
What is that? That's so. I don't even.
Right, I don't
wanna
want
go
them
down
walking
that road,
around in
but-
my society. So
Yeah, you can't live here. We got no room for you. You have to
wipe
go.
them all out.
Yeah, you have to go. You have to go, my friend. But what is it? I mean, it's some kind of sickness. Like apparently, like Bangkok is like known for that because they have no rules and laws. And Thailand. There's places in Thailand where rich businessmen fly off to do these fucked up things that you can't do in other parts of the world. You should be shot in the head, man. I mean, am I wrong? Am I wrong about this, or you should be shot in the head?
I'm with you on that, but. What I want, is it just a rich thing? I'm sure there's people of all creeds that are fucking...
Poor people want to do it, I guess, and just can't. I don't know, but I do think there's something about... maybe I'm wrong. I could be completely wrong, but I wonder if there's some kind of connection between... I have so much fucking money and power that I want to just push the envelope. I want to do fucked up shit that other people and mere mortals can't do. You know what I mean? I mean, there's stories of mythological gods that would do things to children to... enhance their age and slow down the aging process. Obviously, I don't believe those things are real, but I mean, I think they are tied into that power trip that is tied to people in power tend to, for some whatever reason, be drawn to this kind of behavior, man. It's crazy. There's not all of them, obviously, but, some people are drawn to fucking decrepit behavior, man. You know what I mean? And if you have the money and power to live out your fucked upness, who knows what the fuck?
Like, what was that one kid that went to court and was like, well, nobody's ever told me no.
Yeah.
Like,
the Hilton.
One
of those, somebody related to Paris Hilton.
Okay, right.
He killed somebody and went to court, and his defense was literally, nobody ever told me no in my life.
Right.
I didn't know I had boundaries and rules and laws.
Don't know better.
And it worked, by the way. So.
If you're constantly...
And he's in trouble again. He's in trouble again.
Of course he is.
Shocker.
If you're constantly given what you wanted, and, there's literally no limit to that.
Right.
At some point, maybe you are just trying to find
Where's
something.
the line? Somebody eventually is going to stop me, and eventually nobody
ever does.
Right. So.
Wow.
Oh, it's a disturbing world. That's why we feed you metal and try to give you something to fucking just...
Can we just undo that whole rant?
I know.
What do you got going on in there?
Let's go backwards and shit. Oh, the computer's telling me to go fuck myself. That's a weird thing for the computer to just pop up and say, hey, go fuck yourself.
Hey, stop that.
Weird.
Right.
I'm trying to look up porn while I talk to you guys about what a fucked up world it is. So
Hotreceptacle.com.
Yeah, hotreceptacle.com.
That's the inside joke. At work, I work in construction. So we're frequently trying to like talk people into like going to hotreceptacle.com to like check the price on something.
Yeah, like, you need to price that electrical. Oh yeah, go to hotreceptacle.com.
Yeah, because we think that would be hilarious.
By the way, hotreceptacle.com should now give us some money for that plug we just gave them. There you go.
I actually don't know if it's a site at all, but I just think it's funny.
I need new porn sites, by the way. You metalheads, give me new porn sites. What do? We got Spank Bang and fucking Pornhub. I need new ones. There's got to be new good ones. UJizz, that's a good one. Yeah, there's got to be new ones.
It's not a good one. It's kind of lame,
Yeah,
but it's free, so it works.
Does anybody know of one where there's not 7 pages of people fucking their stepsisters?
Oh my God, right? Every single one. So there's like 12 options on the front screen. 8 of those 12, and I might even be going a little. It might be like 9 of those 12.
I want to fuck my stepsister.
Right, either like stepdad or stepmom or stepsister or like.
I'm worried about the world.
At least they throw the step in there. I guess at least makes it like not as like you're directly fucking your relative, but still, what the hell is up with that?
I really don't. I have no idea. It's a crazy, fucked up world, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm done with this world. I was just telling a buddy of mine earlier, I really hope reincarnation's not real because I do not want to do this shit again.
Don't even want to come back.
Fuck you, I'm done.
Once you take
After I'm done with this ride,
your exit, you're done.
Take me to another plane of existence at least, man. Fuck. You know what I mean? Yeah, fuck this, man. It used to be a terrifying thought to me that everything goes dark. It's becoming more appealing.
If you come back with the knowledge. You were like, I wish I could come back with the knowledge that I had today. Blah, blah. No.
That's even more torturous. Yeah, that would be awful. Yeah. Yeah, that's why if reincarnation's real, you don't get to come back with the memories because why would they do that to you? You know what I mean? No, give you that early years of knowing nothing. They're no more blissful than you realize.
Be a blessing, but really in reality, think about it.
They talk about what a blessing youth is, but you don't realize the depths of that until you're old.
Ignorance is really what you love.
Ignorance is a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. But speaking of not being ignorant, how about that? That was a terrible transition. That's what you get at Metal-O-Mania. Terrible transitions and great metal.
It's late at night, so fuck it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, fuck me. But you know what? You know what we're going to do is I'm going to fix a mistake. I'm going to fix a mistake was what I'm going to do. I meant to make a comment on my own ignorance. Right. Okay. Yeah. Speaking of ignorance, last week I forgot to bring the fucking Red Death interview to the fucking show, man. Can you believe I did that?
Shameful.
I was so upset. You guys have no idea behind the scenes when I realized I did not bring
the song's like 3.5 minutes long. We ran around for 3.5 minutes. Like,
where the fuck is
Where's the other zip drive? No, the other one.
Right. Yeah, that's true. But and as it turns out, I didn't have it.
No.
And you know what's fucked up?
We checked both drives.
Real quickly. Yeah, right. Real quickly, I'm going to give you a peek behind the scenes. I have a weird fucking phobia. Weird fucking
tell them I was crazy.
Oh goddamn, what's the word that's not coming to me right now when you wear the same socks every day? Superstition. I have a weird superstition about when I make the song things for our show.
Right.
Very often we'll get a song thing and I'll copy and paste what they have written in their album, whatever, and it's written in all capital letters. And I have a weird thing in my head about that. I don't like it. No band is any bigger than any other band, man. Fuck you all. We're all capital letters for the first letter and then it's lowercase letters. So Red Death was written in capital letters.
Case font,
Right, normal case, right.
Okay.
So, and I always do that. I'm very superstitious about it. If it's all capital letters, I retype it to make it right and all very uniform.
Okay.
But I failed to do it. Red Death was in all capital letters. And I was doing it all in a hurry, getting ready for the Orange Tattoo episode, so I failed to retype.
That's why.
And look what happens.
It was in all caps when you came home.
Yep, that's correct.
And when you were like, what the fuck happened?
That's why I took the wrong one. That's right. That's wrong.
It was in all caps.
Correct. I assumed it must not be the right one because it was in all caps. And that is exactly by my superstition, like self-fulfilled itself. You know what I mean? Like if it weren't for the superstition itself, it would have never happened.
Right.
But the superstition also now has happened.
Right.
So
created it.
Okay. But you know what? The one good thing about mistakes in this life is On occasion, you're able to fix them, and that's what we're
Only
going to do
on
here
occasion, so that's
tonight.
good.
That's right. Rare occasions, I guess. Yeah. But let's do that now, man, because I'll tell you what, I was able to talk to my man Chad from fucking Red Death, and I love this band. I love Chad. I love the whole band. They're local, so I really want to get them in studio.
Wait a minute. Chad's not who all those memes are about, is it?
Maybe. No, but dude, I'm telling you, it's so awesome. You saw the interview. She's already got to see it. You guys are about to, but she already got to. And how awesome are they, man?
Because I didn't believe he had it.
Yeah, you're full of shit. You didn't really talk to them. It's nice when your wife doesn't believe you, but yeah, truly.
I'm a wise woman.
Great stuff, man. You're going to want to pick up this album. You're going to want to support Red Death. If they come anywhere near you, go out and check them out. They're on the road right now.
That.
When they get home local, I promise you I will drag them into the studio one night and talk to them live, and they'll co-host with us and the whole thing. Yeah, right here. We'll get them right in here. Right here in Snoring Dog Studios. Fit them in. Cool?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what, and here's a reason you're going to be looking forward to that, because let's have our interview with motherfucking Red Death here on Metal-O-Mania, episode number 151, a week late, but better late than
Chad.
never. Here you go.
And now for something completely different.
All right, metalheads out there, you know, if you've been hanging out with us every week, especially for the last couple of years, that I am a huge fan of these next guys that we have coming on the show. We told you 2 years ago to go get Formidable Darkness, and I'm telling you right now that the soundtrack of your 2020 is Sickness Divine. Welcome to the show, brother. Thanks for joining us. How are you today?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me, man.
I am
cool.
so excited to talk to you, brother. I'm not going to lie to you, man.
Let's do it. I'm a talker. This is perfect.
Well, I got to start by saying Sickness Divine is one of my favorite new things, brother. Talk to me. Let's start right there, man. What's going on here? This album just hit my world like a thunderstorm, man.
Hey,
about making it a little bit.
Heck yeah, man. Well, I'm glad you like it. That's cool. Yeah, I'd say we started kind of writing it last year. Well, it's about to be 20. This episode's 2020, so I'll say 2018. We started writing it like 2018 and started really gearing up end of 2018, start 2019, and we felt we had a pretty powerful set of songs. So I'm glad people like it. I think we did a good job. I thought the recording was good and stuff. Usually I listen back to recordings and I'm like, my biggest critic. Like I listen back, like Formidable Darkness, I'm like, there's vocals. But I listen to Sickness Divine, I'm like, I like everything. My vocals, the music, everything. It's like, I have no complaints. I think it's great.
Well, yeah, the production levels and everything on this is fantastic. But I got to tell you, how dare you talk about Formidable like that?
Nah, I got a soft spot for Formidable Darkness. I think those songs are great. I like that record. Like I said, I'm my worst critic, so I hear the vocals and I'm like, I could do this thing better. I could have done this thing better, because it's like things I do live now that I've learned from playing those songs over and over and over. Right. When we recorded those songs, we'd only really like play them live a few times and demo them and practice them. Not much like every day getting down, grinding with it, So I felt like with this record, there was a lot more of that beforehand. So
a lot of you tightening it up before you got into the studio then.
Yeah. We did like a 2-week tour in April, and we played started debuting some of those songs on that tour, and we started playing those songs, and I feel like that helped a lot. Kind of getting warmed up for it,
Well, that brings up another point I want to raise, man. You guys are fucking busy. Every time I look on your page, there you guys are playing all over the place.
Yeah, we're out till February 1st, so I want to really push this record. I think we all really want to push this record, so we're kind of just getting started on that. Want to keep that train rolling,
Fuck yeah, man. Well,
you gotta.
Where are some of the places that you guys are gonna hit on this little run you're on?
Oh, like everywhere, like California, going back to California, West Coast and stuff, doing Canada. Like some Midwest spots. Like I've never even been to Salt Lake City before. I believe we're playing Salt Lake City, stuff like that.
Oh,
so
okay.
Like familiar spots, new spots, just a good mix of stuff.
Cool, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, we got a really good following out in Salt Lake City. So all you Salt Lake City fans, man, we interviewed a band named Davidian. Shout out to those fellas a long time ago, and man, Utah has been great to us ever since. So man, we'll have to send a bunch of them guys out there to see you when you get out there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. What's the name of the spot? I forget the name of the spot. Watch, this call is going to come off, and we're going to stop this, and it's going to come right to me. I'm like, that's the name.
We'll share it on the Facebook group. That's all.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Fuck yeah. Well, I've heard you guys referred to as a kind of a blending of thrash, a kind of a crossover feel. I've even heard some people say there's kind of some deathy elements to it. I'm curious, what is your take on it? When you self-evaluate your jams, what is your take on Red Death?
Oh, I'll definitely call it like crossover. Where we come from like the hardcore punk scene, like we come from the hardcore scene and stuff. So there's always going to be a lot of that.
Fuck yeah.
But we're also, I think, equal halves that and equals halves like thrash metal, just because we love that stuff and crossover. And I mean, I got into a lot of metal because of hardcore, like the Cro-Mags and stuff like that. So I feel like we're just two halves of that coin.
Fuck yeah, man.
It's a coin I like. I don't.
Well, I was just gonna say, man, that's my favorite coin ever, man. Those are two.
Yeah, me too.
For me, bro.
Me too, man. I think, like I said, Cro-Mags. I think like Leeway and all those like bands from the '80s, COC and stuff. Like bow down. That stuff's great.
Fuck
that
yeah,
stuff's
man.
great.
Leeway,
stands the test of time.
Bands of all time, Leeway.
They never got the proper due. I feel like
so true.
That band should have been bigger than they were.
Fuck
Good vocals and good musicianship and stuff. But that's what bands like Red Death are around. Why we're around now, though, to keep that going. Kind of like, all right, this should have happened. This should have happened. Let's try to make that happen.
Yeah.
Because anything's possible.
Well, you mentioned Cro-Mags, one of my favorite bands ever, and Leeway. Who were some of the other bands that kind of were your influences coming up that made you decide I want to be a fucking metalhead here?
Oh, I mean, Metallica, Cliff Burton. I worship the hell out of him. I feel like maybe it's just me because I'm a worshiper. Yeah, Red Death bows down to Cliff Burton. That's a fact.
Yeah, me too, man.
Yeah, I feel like I put a little bit of that on the record. I feel like there's a little bit of influence on the record. But yeah, Metallica is like a big inspiration. Just being, they listen to hardcore, they listen to punk, they listen to metal, they listen to southern rock, they listen to just pop, they listen to classical music, and they just blended all that in their music. And I really like that. I think that's cool. I think people shouldn't limit themselves. I think Ride the Lightning and Master Puppets are like great examples of that. Don't limit yourself. Like, be a freak like Cliff Burton. There's nothing wrong with being a freak like that.
That's
because
right,
just blending those sounds, like, it's just great. If you can get the right amount, if you can, make it's like a smoothie. If you can get the right amount of stuff in there, just blend it and drink it, it's going to be great.
Great. Fuck, man. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Then I got my favorite smoothie of 2020 is Sickness Divine. I'm telling you, it's gonna be,
thanks.
I'm gonna play this right. We've already played a couple songs off of it, and if I get my way, we're gonna replay them. We're gonna play them again. We're gonna.
Please do. Please do. Please do. I'm all for it. I can't, that's why you make stuff, music, you want people to hear it. So I'm all for it. Play the heck out of it. I tell people all the time, I'm like, play this loud, piss off your neighbors, keep playing it, just keep going.
And we get great responses when we play Red Death, man,
Cool.
Well, it's funny you say that, too, about the neighbors. One of our opening clips for our show every week, well, not every week, but we randomly throw in there is, side effects of our show may include leaking genitals and bitching neighbors. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've had a few of those in my time.
That's good shit, man. Well, I'll tell you what, seriously, the both of these last two, I'm less familiar with Permanent Exile, but I'm going to have to get my hands on that one, really, because I love the other two so very much. I really do need to get the roots on,
I feel like Permanent Exile is a little more like hardcore leaning. We're still, like, you can tell we're coming from the hardcore scene, but we like metal, where I think Formidable and especially Sickness is a good blend of the two sounds. I feel like Permanent, we're just kind of figuring it out, so it's a little more, less of like a song like Sickness Divine, but maybe more of a song like, like Formidable Darkness kind of style, it's more faster. Just kind of gets to the point. 1 minute, 2 minute songs.
There's no such thing as too much hardcore for me, sir. So
Good, me either.
We just had Billy Milano on the show a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if you called it, but I hope you do. Man.
Oh, I didn't know. I have to go back and check that. I know you had Carl Sanders on the show. That's freaking cool.
Well, yeah, now, man, I work.
Oh, now sick. So. Oh, now sick, man. I mean, I remember the first time hearing that, being like, "Whoa, this is crazy, man. How do you play like that?"
Right. Well, I told Carl he's personally responsible for my love of everything Egyptian, even. You know what I mean? Because
yeah. I mean, I feel like he's done that better than, like, obviously, like, metal bands have had that imagery and that vibe, like Iron Maiden and stuff like that. But I feel like Nile has really totally, like, made that their own, the Egyptian vibe,
Some of the best lyrics ever, too. So.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Yeah, we had Billy Milano, we had Overkill on, and I'm glad that we have Red Death on now, man. I'm telling you, fucking fan, my friend. Huge fan. Let's talk a little bit about the formation of Red Death.
Yeah. We're local, but we're youngsters, and we're actually not from around here. So we're like,
cool.
I wouldn't say we're definitely not gentrifiers or anything like that, because I'm a bum, you know. but yeah, we're like, you know, I'm originally from Southern California. I moved here because I like just met people who were from here touring, and I felt like they had the same mindset and stuff as me. And I came and started visiting the city and realizing, you know, it's very artistically encouraging. You can do different things and different styles, and people are willing to listen. There's a lot of people in the city and stuff, you know. So, and Connor and Ace, they're from North Carolina. They're from Raleigh. So kind of the same thing. We all met here, and you know, they're from Raleigh. They love COC, realizing we all love COC. You know, we all love Cro-Mags. We all love like Discharge, you know, Sabbath, stuff like that, Metallica. So kind of just came just like bonding over that stuff and being like, well, I guess we got to jam.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Why not? Why not jam? I think we need to jam.
Hell yeah. And then you got formed in what, 2013, right?
Yeah, like literally like November 2013 was the first practice.
Wow, so almost just a little over exactly 6 years ago.
Yeah, a little over 6 years ago for sure. We started writing, yeah.
That's wild, man. Well, tell me about the progression. Like you say, you know, Permanent Exile, which came out in 2015.
Yeah.
You had the hardcore roots, maybe a little more of that kind of feel to it. And it kind of, like you said earlier, you got the two sides of the coin. So you're feeling out, kind of blending that style and making it the Red Death sound, man. But with Cygnus Divine, I think you really kind of nailed what, you know, everything comes together in such a fantastic way, man. Talk to me about writing these songs and, you know.
Yeah. I felt, you know, a lot of stuff had been written like slowly for a second, like a couple of the classical parts, like the intro for the record, the Sickness Divine intro. I had that like basic structure of that thing since like 2011. Just never knew how to bring it to life. And Ace is extremely good at guitar, so he was able to kind of just bring it to life and add more to it and make it sound like I've wanted it to sound, but I can't do it because I'm like just a bassist, you know, where he's like, you know, he could do the classical thing. But yeah, wanted to just do something that perfectly represented us right now, which is like you said, and like I said, both halves of the coin. I feel like the past two records have maybe been more hardcore leaning. Formidable, I feel like was a good mix, but I still feel like it was pretty hardcore leaning. Whereas with Sickness, I feel like we found a good like middle ground between the two styles, and I like really think that's cool. I'm real into it, you know.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, it's a perfect blending, as a matter of fact. And I thought Formidable Darkness was a perfect record, but
thanks. I like Formidable Darkness. Yeah,
this is even a step. It is. You can see the absolute, you know, step up in kind of everything really across the board. The musicianship is just a notch up. You know, the production is a notch up. The fucking vocals are a notch up.
Yeah.
Dare I say it? The bass playing is a notch up, man.
Definitely. Like my first time playing bass on in the band and stuff, and I wanted to make sure that was something that the bass playing on Formidable was great. You know, our last bassist Robin, he did a real good job, but you know, didn't really do much like fills and stuff, kind of to the rhythm, which I like. But you know, we would kind of be like, hey, maybe you could do like this little thing here, or I'd be like, hey, maybe this little thing here would be cool, and he would do it. But it's much better just being able to be like, all right, I'm doing it now, so I know it. No one's got to suggest it to me. I don't got to suggest it to someone. It's just gonna get done.
Right.
So
this is
I like
what
that.
I got in my head, so I'm gonna put it right to the fucking airwaves.
Bingo. I had a good time with it. Recording it was fun. Recording the bass was like probably the funnest I've ever recorded something before. I just like sat there, just speakers blaring in my face. I smoked weed the whole time. I was just stoned off my ass, and I was just like, yeah, Red Death's got some stoner riffs for sure. I've definitely been stoned when I wrote in the riff or two that in the band, you know.
What's wrong with that, man? Hey.
Nah.
This area is good for its fucking metal, and it's good for its stoners too, baby.
Man.
They're a good blend of things.
Yeah, man. You think Cliff Burton was bone sober when he was writing that shit? Hell no. He was stoned.
Right, man.
That dude was fried. Rightfully so. He was fried in all the right ways.
Goddamn right. Hey, me too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you and me both.
I told you I needed 10 extra minutes to set up a light. We actually needed to get a little baked before we did the interview. So there you go.
Oh, well, I mean, I did the same thing. I just was hitting the pen here. I'm just chilling, hitting the pen, and then watching some Star Wars this morning. I'm not doing a damn thing.
Well, you know, it's fucked up. Bongwood, the guy Bongwood who does our show with us every now and again, is also a Star Wars freak. He's going to beat me up when he hears this interview and hears I'm not caught up on my Star Wars, he's going to hunt me down and kick my ass.
Well, then I'll have to come hang out and host a show and have to have him there. We'll have to just be stoned and nerd out about Star Wars. Because at that point, we'll all have seen Rise of Skywalker. We'll all have seen all of Mandalorian, so we could just talk.
All right, man. I'm going to hold you to that. When do you come back from this trip you're on?
I'll be back in like February.
Oh, man. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do a show.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm totally down. Where are you? In Beltsville?
Yes, sir. With the studio we're doing the show out of right now is in Dunkirk, which is near Chesapeake Beach, but it's like right near Upper Marlboro.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll make it work.
Killer.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold you to that, my friend.
All right, sounds good.
Killer. It's a shame we can't have you here tonight because we're doing the tattoo episode in Annapolis, Maryland, and we're celebrating kind of local stuff. And it couldn't be more fitting that we have you guys on the show tonight, man. For real, I appreciate that.
Yeah, well, I'm glad we got to do this. I know we tried to make it work a little bit beforehand. I was a little busy this month, but we made it work.
Hey, the holidays, man, I get it.
Holidays, and my mom sold the house I grew up in, and I went home for the holidays and I was there for a week and a half, and for a week of it, I was sitting around doing nothing, just getting stoned with my best friend I grew up with. We were just getting stoned all day, and then my mom drops it on me. I was like, oh yeah, I'll come move everything out in February because that's when the house will be sold. She was like, no, I'm signing the papers in a couple days. You need to get this stuff out now. I was like,
wow.
I was like, Mama, you should have told me this. It's like, well, I'm free to do nothing.
Yeah, right. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Hey, man, they say you can't always go home, and I guess sometimes that's true, my friend.
Yeah, sometimes it's true, but you take home with you. Home is life. The home is with you. That's how I view it. Home is with you.
Where you wake up, my friend.
Exactly. That's home.
Hey, well, I'll tell you what, to improve the status of my home, I make sure I have Red Death going in full volume in a good portion of the time.
My man, so hell yeah.
As soon as we can pull it off, I'd love to get you in on a Wednesday night and do the show with us live.
Yeah. Let's see what we can do.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time, man. I'm glad we pulled this off. And all you Metal-O-Maniacs out there, oh, yeah, real quick. Tell everybody if they want to follow the band and get their copy of Sickness Divine, what's the best way to do that, sir?
Yeah, you can get it for, either at your local record store or best bet. You just buy it from us, reddeath.bigcartel.com. And, follow us on Instagram, Red Death DC. I believe Twitter also, Red Death DC. Facebook, just Red Death. I interact. Like I said, I'm a talker, so hit us up.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Hit up Connor, hit up the guys, and we, of course, Scully will share their links and their YouTube stuff on our page for everybody to make it easy. So support this band, support this dude. These guys are awesome, and they're doing the thing right, man. Hey, man, I appreciate you, and I love you, my friend.
Yeah, much love, man. Thanks for having me. Hey, this is Chaz from Red Death here, and you're listening to Metal-O-Mania with the Crypt and Scully.
If you love something, you shoot it in the face so it doesn't become a flesh-eating monster.
Each day's a
Wow! My face is your toilet!
And there you go, man. Worth waiting for, right?
I think so.
There you go.
He's a good guy.
He's a good guy, man. And that is just a great, great band. I love their entire discography. They've got great energy. They've got fucking thunderous riffs. And you know me, I'm a riff eater. You know what I mean? If you're a comic book geek, what was Galactus was the world eater? Well, that's me. I'm the Crypt. I'm the fucking, metal eater, baby. So I love it. I love riffs, and I love that release. Cygnus Divine is one of my favorite fucking releases of the entire year of 2019. No bullshit. And I couldn't be happier that they came to join us on the fucking show. I couldn't have been more angry at myself last week for fucking up the interview, but I'm glad to finally get it out there for you, man. Fuck yeah. And we'll make sure we get it out on YouTube and all that good stuff too. So now that we've actually shared it on the show, I'll put it on the social media shit. But I strongly encourage everyone out there, please go pick up that copy of that album. It's so great. So fucking great. If you're fans of, old school DRI and SOD type of stuff, if you're fans of the power trip stuff, that's, you know what I mean? Man, trust me, Red Death right there in your wheelhouse.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, let's talk a little bit about, real quickly, we're just going to touch on this a little bit because honestly, full disclosure, we are pre-taping the show this week. So it is on the Tuesday night before you're seeing it on a Wednesday night. And there's probably going to be new developments on the story even by the time we air this. So I'll let you know that right up from the start of this week. We usually do live, but we have things going on tomorrow night we can't avoid. But I didn't want to miss a show, so here we are. But real quickly, again, we're not going to get too deep into it. But
Scully doesn't want to talk about it.
She doesn't want to talk about it at all. Her hope was that we would avoid this topic entirely. But Rob Scotus from Iron Reagan has been basically lost everything, honestly, as it would turn out.
As of tonight, right?
As of right now,
tonight.
Yeah. Let's give a little background real quick. Rob Scotus is the bass player for Iron Reagan. He is also, or was also, a part owner of the restaurant in Richmond, Virginia called Cobra Cabana. Him and some partners owned that, and he happened to also live in an apartment above the Cobra Cabana. So this is his residence, his business, and his band was Iron Reagan. So someone posted that they were adding another restaurant to the Cobra Cabana. This group, him and his buddies, were going to make another restaurant called Hot for Pizza. And they put this thing on Twitter about, the announcement, hey, we're going to be adding another restaurant to the Richmond area called Hot for Pizza, everybody look out for it. Well, an anonymous tweet was posted saying, hey, is now the appropriate time to talk about the fact that their bass player Rob Scotus is a serial rapist, was what they said on the anonymous tweet.
Well, it was like Bad Boss, Richmond region.
Well, that came,
right?
yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. All right,
that was added, but
okay.
Yeah, Bad Boss,
I don't know.
Richmond, something like that. Anyway, the point being, it was anonymous, honestly.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Now, I'm going to preface this all with I'm just going to tell you what's out there. We don't know what happened, obviously. We weren't there. We don't know if he did anything inappropriate. We don't know if he's innocent. We don't know if he's guilty. I have no idea about that. What I will say is that we are very much in a rush to judgment society these days, in my opinion. An anonymous tweet, and again, there may be information that we do not have. Let me just say that for everybody's knowledge before I say whatever my piece is, but we may not know it all. And if more information comes out, obviously that will change our opinions to one way or another, depending on what that information is. But as it stands right now, it looks very much to me, personally, that an anonymous tweet has cost dude his job, his band, his business, and his place to live. Would you agree with that being an accurate assessment? Now, if it turns out that he's guilty, I'll just say that. If it turns out that he's done these things and he's done some more, and for the record, we don't even really know what these specific things are, which I have a problem with that also, to be honest with you. We have now thrown this dude in the shit can for very, very non-specific
I'm going to interrupt for just 1 second because
Please.
the we is only involved because it's done on social media.
Well, yeah,
this is all being done in a way
to
very publicly and directly affecting his life, his livelihood, and his home.
Right.
So that's the only reason why we, in our opinions, even fucking matter in the first place.
Well, right.
Not that they do necessarily matter. I guess is maybe a strong word.
Well, the public's opinion certainly matters, and it's
strong
maybe
enough.
Too much.
It's right. It's strong enough to take action and to make things happen within 48 hours of hearing of an incident. So, Yeah, that's why I wanted to avoid this topic tonight, because I personally feel like
it's tough. It's a very tough topic. And let me tell you for the record, you know, again, we do not know guilt or any of that kind of thing. We just don't. I have no information. But I'm guilty of it. I'm going to bitch about people's rush to judgment, but I'm guilty of it. Of course I am. We all are. You know, when I first heard the story, my first thought was definitely like, oh man, there's an environment where this dude's being protected by his friends and the environment or whatever, and he's, you know, taking advantage of women. My first thought was, fuck, he's probably guilty, and that's fucked up. I have to say that, because I would be a lying asshole if I didn't disclose that fact. My first thought was, fuck, he probably did it. But then you get the chance to digest it more, and you get the chance to see it more and see other people's opinion, and hopefully you have an open mind enough for those things to change your viewpoints. And as the more I learned on this and the more I got into it, man, I'm struggling, man. I'm not going to lie. There's not very much information out there. There's not very much fact. There's no police report situation whatsoever, which I do also have a little bit of a problem with. I mean, you know what I mean? If this dude is, as the anonymous, again, I want to put emphasis on that, anonymous tweet says, you know, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I hate this, honestly. I don't.
It would be irresponsible to not report on the story. We have to talk about it a little.
We're not reporting on anything. This is gossip right now.
You may be right.
You may be right. I don't want to come off like we're not supporting a victim, if that is how, in fact, you know, there's a victim.
Yeah, for sure.
But we also don't want to come off just jumping on a bandwagon and destroying a guy's life over something that somebody has just posted or said. So it's a very tough situation, and I don't necessarily want to.
Well, and it's super tough for everybody.
You want to support everybody, honestly. It's not even about like being against anybody. It's about supporting everybody.
Right.
You want to support the victims, and you want to support him and his band and his business.
Right. If he didn't do anything, for sure, especially.
But
well, I'll tell you what. I'll do you this favor. Let's put the sexual stuff aside for a moment until we learn more. Let's talk a little bit about this angle of it. If you're a business partner with someone who does something, let's get away from that situation. More information will be coming in, and hopefully as it does, we'll be able to make a more knowledgeable determination on what's going on. But right now, there's just not enough information. I have a little bit of heartburn over the way that Rob's being treated by everyone, by the media, by the social media, by the bands, by his partners in his business. But they may know things I don't know. So again, fuck me in my opinion on that for now. Let's revisit that. My question does become, though, if you're associated, I mean, we live in a new world. It's a social media driven world nowadays. And that being the case, if there's an allegation, nobody remembers whether you're guilty or innocent. All they remember is that your name was associated with something slimy. You know what I mean? And now for that is another reason I hate this for Rob, especially if it turns out that he didn't do anything. He'll never be able to crawl out from underneath of this. As innocent as he may be, if he turns out to be 100% innocent, he will never completely disassociate with this, because that's the world we live in now, you know. But my question even is, we'll leave that even aside for a moment. If you are one of the other partners in Cobra Cabana, or you're one of the other guys in Iron Reagan, this guy's your friend, this guy's your business partner, this guy's somebody you have history with, at what point do you protect the brand over your buddy? You know what I mean? And it's tough. I'm not claiming I have the answer. It's a tough one. You're built a long time to build a brand. It takes we've spent 3 years building the Metal-O-Mania brand just to get it to modestly what it is now. You know, I would hate for some stupid tweet to come along and fucking tarnish that or destroy that. You know what I mean? But where's the line, though? You know what I mean? You can't just feed the public its pound of flesh, as it were, because that's not always right, man. And especially, like I say, if this guy's innocent, that's so fucked up. But where I put it to you, the listener out here tonight, and where I even put it to you, where as the business partner, where as the band member, where as the friend, you know, where's your line that they have to reach before you cut, you know, obviously the business partners fired them.
I kept asking tonight when I got home, something that you do in your personal life, you know, even as bad as a domestic violence situation, do you deserve to lose your job over that? You know, is it really your employer's business at all? You know, I mean, granted, if it's your place of business is, you know, also where you live, and you know, like that gets all like very little, you know,
it's
tough.
So tough. It's such a gray thing in so many ways.
And then you brought up, you know, if somebody's a predator, like, do you really want them around? And the answer obviously is no. But I also don't think like your job should be affected by something that happens in your personal life for the most part.
Right.
I mean, there's
there
always
are exceptions to
right.
that. I get what you're saying. I know you're not saying if somebody's out there raping and killing, they should be able to just
keep their jobs.
Right,
but I also don't
see,
feel like
that's
it's
the
any
kind of thing
business.
where, let me tell you, if it's so illegal and so fucked up, then your job's going to be lost by the fact that you're in prison. You know what I mean? The job becomes secondary. So if you are being dealt with legally for your illegal behavior, you know what I mean? So I don't know. Now let me tell you, there's a million reasons people don't come forward. There's a million reasons people are subjected to whatever, physical, sexual, lots of different things.
And honestly, to bring a case like that to a police officer and then to court and, et cetera, et cetera.
It's tough.
Right,
It's
because
tough.
of the proof and, all that.
Right.
Yeah, it's...
Especially if you were out
Believe
partying.
me,
Nobody wants to have their personal life
Right.
ripped open like that. I get it. There's a million reasons not to come forward. So when people just say, oh, if it was real, you'd bring in a cop. That's not always the case, man. There's a million reasons that might not happen. But it is definitely more as a third party. You know what I mean? And that's what all of us are. We're bystanders, man. We're all fucking standing on the outside looking in, wondering what the fuck happened. And for us, it's easier to digest if there's a police report. It's, you know what I mean? It follows that narrative in our mind.
Right.
And for that reason, we hope that there is one. But I don't know, man. We just don't know enough. And my hat's off to Rob if you're innocent. And if you're guilty, brother, I hope you burn. But... but I don't know enough to know which of those things you are, brother. So
might be somewhere in the middle.
Yeah,
you know what I
true,
mean? Like it might be
true.
a miscommunication or a misunderstanding.
Well, let me say
or,
for the record here.
you have no idea. We don't even know if this is one case and it's been blown up. We don't know if it's 12 cases and they all have the same
Well,
story.
right,
we literally
see,
know nothing at
one
all.
of the
Everybody is
tweets-
speculating and throwing in their fucking comments, and then
Without knowing shit.
that grows legs. And I mean, it's the world of fucking Facebook
Social media,
and Twitter. It's
Well, one of the anonymous tweets was, "It's well known in our scene that this guy does that." And if that's the case, then y'all all are complicit. You know what I mean? You've all let it get to this point. Somebody should have done something about it if that's true. What the fuck? I don't understand how it becomes to this point if it's well known by everybody. But again, anonymous tweets are worth what they're exactly that. Anonymous tweet. Always consider the source, people, always. It's a hugely important thing.
right.
But I'll tell you this, though. I'm a perv. I'm fucking, I'll be right there on the front lines of it. I'm a perv. I'll own it. I have chased Skirt all my life until I got married. I chase her around the house now. But I can promise you this. I'll never be accused of some shit like that. No one will ever come forward and ever and accuse me of some physical nothing, ever. Because I never did no shit like that. You know what I mean? I never compromised
that doesn't mean
anything.
somebody's not going to accuse you of it. That's kind of how
Okay.
people that are claiming that women are making it up, that's their claim, that they're accusing them of something that they didn't do. So, you are standing here saying you would never do it, and that's what everybody claims, that they would never do it.
Yeah, I guess.
But
I mean, an instant comes to mind.
the problem is there's been women that falsely report and,
Right, and that,
blow up
that
situations.
undoes every
and that
real situation, and
makes
that's
it
very
difficult.
unfortunate, right?
Makes it difficult for people who want to support and want to be there for you.
When
but-
I was 16, 17 years old, I went through a phase where I wore silk shirts everywhere. I know, shocker, right? Thought I was a gangster or something. I can't even explain it, forget it. But I wore silk shirts everywhere I went. And honestly, you know why I did it? Because when I'd wear them out, females would see I was wearing a silk shirt and come rub on me and shit. "Oh, I love your shirt," and rub all over me. And I love that, of course. So I started wearing more of them. But I remember specifically, I was at a friend of ours' house at a party, and I met this girl that night, and she was rubbing all over my silk shirt and kissing on my neck and all this kind of stuff. And at one point later in the evening, we were on the back porch and got making out. I'm making out with this girl. And while we were making out, I swear to God, this is true, the friend of mine who owned the house was also a female. She came walking out on the porch and kind of gave us both the "Oh, look at you guys hooking up." You know what I mean? Like, "Whoa, check you all out." And I guess the girl that I was with didn't think I saw her, but she totally mouthed to our friend, like, "Help me," kind of "Get me out of here," get me out of this situation, kind of. And one, I was super offended because I didn't make you fucking do nothing. You know what I mean? You're the one that rubbing on me and all this kind of shit. And I immediately was like, she doesn't have to help you. If you would like to go, you can go. What the fuck? And she was totally floored that I saw her. She clearly thought that she had whispered to our,
It's so funny. It's so awkward.
What the fuck? It was stupid awkward. But what the fuck are you making out with me for if you don't want to be? What the fuck? You know what I mean? And I was even like, "Oh, well, you go away." And then she, a week later, had called our friend and wanted to talk to me. Or, "Man, fuck you. I don't want to talk to you now." You made me feel like I'm creep for a second. You know what I mean? I felt so creepy when that happened. Like, ugh. And I would never want to feel that way. That's so, ugh. You know?
Right.
Fuck. Anyway, that's our 2 cents.
But I think that's actually maybe a good example of maybe complete misinterpretation of the situation.
Yeah,
You know, she
you're right.
found herself in a situation that she didn't really want to be in.
Right.
She
You're
interpreted
welcome
it as
to change your mind. You are allowed to
you're
change your mind.
making her uncomfortable, whether you were or not. Like, obviously, you weren't
I didn't
intending
think
to.
I was,
but,
yeah,
you know,
right.
right. She walked away from that. Or let's just say the friend hadn't come out, you hadn't noticed that, like the whole thing, like that. She would have walked away like, oh my God, the guy was fucking way, or, you know what I mean? Like,
I would have told the story
was
later about how
aggressive and
this girl was all over me. I would have told that story that way.
so I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
it's sometimes maybe just misunderstanding of the misinterpretation.
Well, see, you know what?
situation.
Here's the golden point, and then we're going to play a song and move on.
Yeah, please.
But we are human beings, and we're sloppy, and we're stupid, and we fumble, and we make horrible decisions. And
Nobody's as smooth as they are on
No,
TV.
yeah, I know, man. Right, and that's what everybody wants and expects these days, man.
Right.
If you're not fucking Tom Cruise smooth, you know, you're a dork, and you need to be labeled as a fucking piece of shit or something. But we
that
are
goes for the females too. It wasn't
people. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, okay.
You know, but we're flawed. It's in our nature to be flawed. We don't know how to handle our hormones and our fucking emotions and let alone, and that's just inside shit. And then I'm trying to bring another person into that. I'm trying to communicate with you that I like you and all these weird emotions. And it's difficult and it's hard to navigate. And we need to allow a certain amount of, I don't even know what for that, but something.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we are human and we are flawed and we are fucked up and we're just trying to figure it out. You know, not everybody is an animal or a predator. Not everybody. Some people are just, you know, fumbles, you know, butterfingers, as it were, at love, and it happens. You know, does that make sense?
What's the cartoon that has like their hormones as like the hormone monsters?
Oh yeah, Big Mouth on Netflix.
Like that's
great,
or
great
even
cartoon.
like the Palm commercials. I think you've seen it on TV as like the you know, his aggression or whatever
Right,
like thing.
right,
You know,
right.
his feelings or whatever it is.
Right.
But, like that's what really everybody is. You know what I mean?
A bumbled,
Like,
jumbled fucking.
you're a
how
big
often-
monster, just like a you know, trying to figure it out, trying to get by.
Think about this for a second. How often do you have something in your mind to eat and it sounds amazing, and a half an hour later, for whatever reason, same thought doesn't sound good now? You know what I mean? And that's just a thought about food, let alone emotions and complicated trying to get through your day to day.
Memories, even.
I mean, right? It's just
You know,
come on,
yeah,
man.
Yeah.
We're all fucked up. Moving on.
All right, yeah, please. I'm so uncomfortable.
I know, but we had to touch on it a little bit, and I'll touch on you a little bit after this.
You know, your need to having to touch on it is part of the problem.
It's ruined my whole life. So let's touch on something good then instead, which is some Detractor, man. These are our friends out of Germany. This is another debut full-length release. They had an EP out a couple of fucking years ago in 2016 that was also badass, but we love the fucking release grinder, and we're going to play Pride off of it for you right now because we love it and we know you will too. So open your ear holes and forget all that bullshit we just said. It meant nothing. Here you go. Detractor, fucking great album, man. That Grinder is a great album. It truly should be a part of a staple in your collection right now. You know what I mean? Good stuff. Good stuff. Pick it up and show them the love. So, not everybody can be as smooth as I was picking you up. That's all I was trying to say. So, there you go. I was debonair. I was irresistible. I remain irresistible. Speaking of irresistible, Megadeth is back, you guys. According to the band themselves, they have released a thing that a press release that Dave Mustaine has been proclaimed to have good health.
Oh, yay!
Yeah, man, that's awesome shit, man. You know, he's a god to me. So we do love Mr. Dave, and yeah, that's good. That's good news. So Dave Mustaine look for more Megadeth, and man, I'm telling you, this is going to be a great year for some of the. If you're a fan of some of the old school bands, there's going to be Exodus, there's going to be Heathen, there's going to be Megadeth, there's going to be. You know, just so many great things, man. And I'm telling you what, I was listening a lot to the new Sacred Reich release just the other day, and I don't think I gave it its proper listen when it came out. It's really good. I mean, I'm a big fan of Sacred Reich, and I hope that you guys check that one out too. Reaching out to them to try to get them on the show. You know what I mean? What the fuck? There we go.
Your phone is fucking shit up.
Yeah, it always is. That's how my phone does things, man. So
who are you talking to over there?
I'm talking to people about you. So. There we go. All right, but what else is going on? Megadeth is back. That's good news. Look for that. There's actually a bunch of tour dates, man. They're going to be hitting Germany and Norway and Denmark and Hungary and.
What is that? 3 dozen? 2 dozen?
Yeah.
Looks like 2 dozen named dates on the list.
Yeah, it looks about that. About 24, 25. They're going to hit. And check out, you know, again, y'all all give me shit about my Metallica, whatever the fuck, and I always shit on Metallica, but you can't shit on them for this. They donated over $500,000 to the Australia wildfire relief.
Nice.
And they donated a bunch of money not too long ago to the California wildfire thing. So you got to fucking tip your hat off to that, man. Not everybody puts their money where their mouth is. That's pretty damn cool right there, you know?
For a good cause.
Fucking $500,000, which does lead you to wonder, how much money does Metallica got? You know, I'm sure it's a lot.
I was going to say, how much money does it cost to save? I mean, because you've heard of a lot of people donating a lot of money.
Yeah, I know, man. Well, what I want to know. Leonardo DiCaprio did put a bunch of money towards Australia, like a fucking $15 million or something like that.
15.9.
Which leads you to wonder how much motherfucking money does he got? You know?
I'm just like, how much money is it going to take to put out the fire and save the
animals?
Let
me ask you this: what's the money do? Are you throwing money at the fire? I mean, why is it cost?
That's what I'm saying. How much water and labor and shit can you buy?
We're making more people with this money you're sending. So we're creating
I'm such a
new
skeptical
firefighters.
person. I hear all that, and I'm just thinking somebody's lying in their pocket somewhere.
Somebody's
creating an organization that's going to go help, but really all that is a guy that's going to buy a trip to Australia.
Yeah.
And, you know,
hey, I'll tell you what.
Pocket the money.
Go back into our archives and look at the Billy Milano interview that we had, man. To hear him talk about the Bob Geldof stuff with the Live Aid.
Yeah.
You know, according to Billy Milano, Bob Geldof, famous music producer of the ages, Bob Geldof, and the reason you don't hear from him anymore is because he set up that Live Aid shit and robbed it blind for literally $500 million or some shit. You know, that's crazy. What, you know?
How's nobody paying attention to that?
He's like, nobody talks about it, but this guy robbed him for $500 million. So, pretty crazy. And another reason to get into our archives. There you go. So. All right, well, I know that you do want to get through a couple of things.
They save the animals. And
stuff. That's a sad, man. The last estimate I heard was there could be 1 million species of animals that are burned away and shit, man. That is just disgusting.
It's crazy.
And apparently people set the fire on purpose. It was a deliberate fire. Why?
That's wild.
Why, man? Why?
I don't
Including a fire chief. I don't know. More again, I can't talk on that because I don't know enough. But god damn it, why does the world suck? Why does the world suck like it does, man? Can you tell me?
I don't know. Let's play a song and cry a little.
All right, yeah, let's go cry. You know what? Let's cry a little to some metal. That's a good idea. In fact, what I got for you is a little bit different.
We'll start crying and then we'll hear it and then we'll.
Yeah. Well, no, we're gonna cry immediately because I got to tell you. Well, we lost Neil Peart this week.
Oh well, yeah.
I'm still not over that.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny to talk about that too because growing
Everybody's got a story.
Right? Yeah. Well, and growing up, you debated with your friends who's the best guitar player. And when I was young, I'm from a whole era ago. It was back who's the best guitar player, Yngwie Malmsteen or fucking Randy Rhoads, or you know what I mean? You had Steve Vai and all these guys. Oh. Yeah, fuck you. Who's the best this? Who's the best bass player? But you know what? There was never a debate over who was the best drummer. It was Neil Peart.
Nobody even had that conversation.
Yeah, no, it was hands down. Forget about it. The Rush guy. And we lost him
Who
this
else
week. And that's,
is besides, or who's number 2? Or
yeah,
like,
right.
yeah,
After
like,
him.
Yeah.
Right. And for my money, it's Portnoy. But anyway, it's a tough loss. So we are going to play Anthrax's cover of Rush's Anthems tonight and commemorate my man Neil. And we do miss him very much. We're going to follow that up. We're still doing the old school jam. We are going to cry, right? Exactly. Because
Do you got a comedian in there at least? Like,
yeah, I threw you some comedy.
Whew.
We're going to play the Anthrax. We're going to cry over
Laugh
Neil.
for a second.
We're going to cry for a second. Then we're going to play some violence, some old school violence, World in a World, because I need some of that in my life to, pick you back up again.
Okay.
Then I'm going to throw you a little more comedy.
Okay.
Then
I'm
I'm
going
going
to lift you up a little bit more.
There you go. And then I'm going to bring you back with some local kick-ass fucking metal from Asthma Castle, dude.
Oh, okay.
Asthma Castle, we're going to play the title track
Local
off of
to us.
Mount Crushmore. Yeah, local to us, right? Right, I guess I should say that, right? Because we are now everywhere in the world. Thank you, motherfuckers, for that, by the way. Fuck yeah. So, all right, well, let's do it. Let's play some Anthrax, some violence, and some Asthma Castle, and then we'll come on back, talk a little bit more, play some more metal, do this hump day thing.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah?
Cool.
Awesome. Here you go. Rest in peace, Neil. Miss you forever, brother.
been boyfriend-girlfriend with this one guy, and that relationship lasted for 2 sexes. And then I fell in love with him. And he didn't fall in love with me. Yeah, I don't recommend that at all. We were breaking up. I was just like, so what do you want? And he said, I just want to be left alone. I was like, so if I leave you alone, can we still be boyfriend, girlfriend? No? Okay, perfect. No, I mean, I drank your cum, but I guess that doesn't count for jack shit in this town. Fucking unbelievable. That is, they don't tell you that, but that is true. If all the dates go good, he's going to want you to drink the cum. No, not me, not anymore. Drink your own cum, you fucking asshole. Yeah. And then we don't have to talk about what kind of music you like, because I don't give a shit. How's that sound? Sometimes on dates, guys will ask me why I think I'm still single, which that's a trap. Don't answer that. I'm just like, honestly, most guys find my pussy too tight. So that's why. Which is not true. I don't know, I think I got a regular one. Maybe it's tight. I feel like if it was, though, it would have come up in conversation by now, though. One time a guy did say it was tight. I was like, really? And he laughed so hard his dick went soft.
This would sharpen you up and make you ready for a bit of the old ultra-violence.
just talking to hear my head roll.
Shut the fuck up. Grab a crayon, psycho, and scribble this down.
I don't want to be a product of my environment. I want my environment to be a product of me.
All right, see, we took you on a little ride there, man. A little remembrance of Neo with the Anthrax fellas, a little comedy, a little metal, a little, that's how we do. That's how we do.
Funny stuff, too.
The modern retro, haha. Yeah, that was some funny stuff, too, man. That Laura comedian, man.
She's
I heard
got
her.
a funny voice. And it's like, fucking, that shit made me laugh hysterically. I'm not gonna lie.
She is funny. Honestly, that's an abbreviated version of that stand-up piece that she does.
Yeah.
And I encourage you to check it out. She really is funny. It's good stuff. That was one, I'm a big fan of the new David Spade show on Comedy Central. I personally, for my money, David Spade's always been the funniest one of that whole group. I don't know how he wasn't the Adam Sandler of the group. The Adam Sandler and Chris Rock and David Spade and Rob Schneider and all those guys in that little kind of comedy group.
Okay.
For my money, David Spade's always been the funniest guy. I always thought that Joe Dirt was a kind of a notch above some of the other movies they all did and shit. The second one's stupid, but I think the new show he does on Adam, Joe Dirt was funny, quotable movie. But he brought that Laura Bates, I think is I'm saying correct her name, on the show a couple of weeks ago, and I laughed my ass off to her routine. So, and I was immediately like, oh man, we're gonna got to share that on the show. That's right. So good stuff. And then of course John Mulaney,
Who I love him.
Always funny.
Yep.
Love
the
him.
Best. I mean, it's long as fuck, but the Salt and Pepper Diner. If you ever have like 11 minutes,
I've never played that bit on the show because it's a particularly
it's
long bit,
and you have to hear the whole thing,
Right.
Because it's so well told,
Right.
and, the whole thing.
That's his thing. His delivery is top shelf.
Yeah.
He's from local. Well, I don't know if he's from local, but he went to Georgetown, which is local.
Oh, very cool.
With Nick Kroll, who was his buddy. Him and Nick Kroll do the Big Mouth, that show you were talking about with the monsters.
That's him.
Yeah, they do
Right.
that. So.
Well,
Nick
listen
Kroll
to
for me is funny.
look up the Salt and Pepper Diner skit by
John Mulaney. Salt and Pepper Diner. Good
Very
stuff.
funny.
Good stuff. And check out the David Spade show. Truly, it's pretty funny, man. I think he's pretty funny. Although he does occasionally have some guests that I can't stand.
Yes.
He had that the Catch Me Outside bitch on the show.
Oh, Jesus.
Not my cup of tea. That's a statement. We were talking earlier about statements on society. The fact that she is a celebrity
Right.
is a statement on society.
Right.
And I'll leave it at that. But
yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
But there's lots of great things happening in metal, though. And again, we have to tell you, you're going to want to follow these bands we're playing for you tonight, man. Scully makes it easy for you. She puts their
I forgot.
YouTube clips out there.
If they have YouTube, Bandcamp, or Facebook page, obviously, it'll all be right there underneath their picture, right there for you to go find it.
Okay.
And I've started to do a backlog of albums because I realized once I create that picture, whatever it is for the event, it's gone after that. Once the event is over, it's gone.
Right.
So now I'm going to start doing an album on our Metal-O-Mania page, and it will be there forever. And then
maybe
you can
tonight
go back
I'll
and look at
share
it.
that. I'm going to share all the old interview flyers or something. Making an album on our page. That's cool. Sorry, you gave me an idea.
I say I haven't done it yet. How are you going to share it?
You're giving me ideas, man.
Oh, you're going to do your own thing? Mm-hmm. Okay.
You're giving me one of those boners above my head. I mean, a light bulb.
Oh.
Boner, light bulb, whatever. But you're usually giving me a boner above my head. I don't know.
What?
But anyway, what else is happening?
Were you trying for a dick joke there?
Yeah, I noticed we were low on dick jokes, so I was reaching for my dick.
You were reaching? I'll give you a couple for that.
Yeah, I was reaching for my dick just to I was trying to pad the numbers. I was reaching for your pad with my dick. Anyhow, so check this out, man. Glenn Danzig, as everyone knows from Danzig and Misfits and all that good stuff, he was a director of a feature film called Verotica.
Okay.
Okay, and it came out, and apparently it's legendarily bad, man. Like everybody who's ever seen it now is saying it's like could be the worst movie ever made.
That's funny.
It's pretty funny, man. And the great news about it is, I did too. The great news is though, it's getting a 3-disc home video release on February 25th. So there's something to look forward to, man. You're all going to buy it. It's Glenn Danzig directing a horrible movie. You have to see this.
It's so funny.
It's apparently the stuff of legends. So, yeah, we're going to check it out, man. We're gonna have to check that out. I haven't seen it. It's been out for a while.
It's gonna be one of those things that's so bad that it's like popular shit, or like that. Everybody has it or likes it or wants it, or
I'm looking forward to checking it out. I'm not gonna lie. So
it's funny.
There you go. A little bit of that to put on your social media agenda, man. And another thing on that, we'll talk a little bit about some things that are suggestions on things to watch for your cold months. These are the months when you're stuck at home, man. When you're trying to stay indoors, so you're trying to cook inside. And we're, of course, going to talk to you about our heavy metal fucking cookbook in the future. But yeah, let's talk about snuggling up and some things to watch while you do it. And let's also talk about things to listen while you do it. Because right now, we're going to play for you some Hateful Agony, as a matter of fact, aren't we?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Oh, that was a tease.
I'm a premature... No. Anyway, I got some Dawn Breath first. We'll get to the Hateful Agony after this song.
You got what breath?
Dawn Breath.
Dawn Breath.
Well, that's kind of fucked up considering I have an ex named Dawn. And, honey, I have Dawn Breath.
You came in with Dawn Breath, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What's grounds for the divorce? He came home with Dawn Breath. What the fuck? I'm not putting up with this bullshit from this guy. But if you go home with Dawn Breath, it'll be a good thing around here.
For better.
That's right, because it's metal when you're talking about it in Metal-O-Mania land. And they have a great album. It's called Creatures of the Damned. It's truly fantastic, man. We're going to play Sadistic Messiah for you right now from it. And, go share your Dawn Breath with everybody.
Sounds good.
Fuck yeah. That's what it feels like when I shove Dawn breath in your ears. You know what I mean? The only thing I'm going to say is if you're going to give me a lot of Dawn breath, eat a mint. Is that too much to ask? Eat a mint? Skittle? Something? Tic Tac? I don't know.
What's Skittle going to do for you?
Hey, they taste good. I haven't had shit like that in so long. That Skittle taste sounds amazing. But yeah, we were talking a little bit about going. What are you doing with your winter months? You're stuck at home. The snow is coming and shit. A lot of part of the country it's already here, and you need your guides on things to watch. Now I will tell you.
Sleep. Okay.
Yeah, well, I know what you would have. If you have your way, we're going to do that. But I have fallen down a Dexter well myself.
Oh.
I've watched Dexter. This will probably be like my 7th or 8th run through. Well, what's kind of fucked up is I work on this show a lot, sitting at the office, which you have apparently shared pictures of me sitting at the desk. I've heard a lot of feedback about that, by the way.
Oh, really?
But yeah, hey man, like the new desk. Well, how much was that chair? What the fuck? But
it's a nice chair.
I love my new chair.
We got a super deal on it though.
Yeah,
I didn't
really did.
spend that much on the chair.
It was really nice. and I love it. I love my new setup. But I will often sit in there and work on this show for you nice ladies and gentlemen out there. All right, none of you
not
nice.
so nice ones too.
I missed the mark probably with that first one, but I sit in there and I work on the show, and I like to put things on the TV to my side, but very often it can't be so. I tried to watch The Witcher twice, honestly, and it looks great. I can't wait to get into it. It looks amazing, but it jumps around in time frame, and if you aren't paying attention, it's going to throw you.
You can't work and watch.
Yeah, I definitely a couple of times like, what the fuck is going on right now, man? I've lost it, so I have to start that at the beginning. But something like Dexter, which I've seen already a bunch of times, is perfect. I love it. It's in the background. It makes me happy, first of all, because Dexter's on. I love that show, My 3rd favorite show of all time, by the way.
Okay.
Do you have a top 3?
I know what your first is. What's your second?
What's my first?
The Shield.
It is The Shield is my very first favorite show. And my second, what my second one is.
I'd have to think about it.
The Wire. The Wire
Okay.
is definitely my second favorite show, and Dexter's my 3rd.
Okay.
And you got to put Game of Thrones and Sons of Anarchy way up there somewhere, and Scrubs is way up there somewhere, and we got a lot of shows we really dug, but yeah, for me, the top 3 all time, Sopranos for me was way up there too, but those 3 for me were like the ultimate,
Right.
And I just love Dexter, and I've watched the other 2. We've watched The Wire probably 4 times together, even I think so.
Oh, really?
No, babe, we've never seen it before, ever.
I remember.
We can watch it for the first time again tomorrow.
Some episodes. The details.
Shit. Good Christ.
I remember the gist of it.
Yeah, I know. That's the nice thing
Well,
about
once you get into
when
like
Scully's
the docs,
your wife, you can watch everything.
I don't really remember
The
all
second
that.
season is rough. The doc season is rough, but you have to watch it. It's
Yeah,
not
but
as good as the rest of the show.
I'm not saying it's not good, but
It's still good though. Yeah. If you compare the second season of The Wire to any other show, it's still top-notch television. It just compared to the other seasons of The Wire, it might be the weakest one. But you have to watch it. It sets up a lot of the
It's
things.
still important. Yeah.
Right, yeah. As a matter of fact, some of the storyline with Barksdale. Anyway, just watch it. So, what else? What else do you suggest people watch though? Dexter's on Netflix right now, so I do. If you have not seen Dexter before, you have to watch Dexter. And again, my favorite 3 shows ever. If you can get your hands on the Shield, the old, not the Shield, the Marvel
The
superhero
Shield, but
which I do love, by the way.
Right, that's a good
I
show.
do love that show, but
no,
that's not
just
the one
the
I'm
Shield,
talking
the
about.
cop show.
Right? Cop drama Shield.
Yeah.
Great show. And then
dirty cop drama.
Yeah, right. Truly.
Yeah.
Vic Mackey, one of the best characters on the history of television.
Bad
in my opinion.
cops ever.
Yeah, ever. And then The Wire. If you haven't seen The Wire, you have to see that. I think you can binge these out. Shows to binge. My understanding is The Witcher is one of those, and I'm looking forward to binging out on that too. So, but man, if you've never got into like Law and Order SVU, that's a show you should go back to the beginning and just really dive into. Don't you agree?
I used to do those like
I
nonstop,
love
and
that
I
show.
just stopped one day.
I know.
Just,
yeah. You just walked away.
Yep. Walked away cold turkey.
I love Law and Order SVU, man. Love it. What are some of the old shows that you can binge though that are over? Like I like to. You and me are both that way. We like to wait till a show's over, and then binge
don't
on it.
Put me in the middle of a show and make me wait for the cliffhanger for the
Yeah,
season
right.
ender.
That's bullshit.
I will get angry at you.
Yeah, right. Well,
you did that on one show. What show did we watch? And you were like, "Oh no, we got to wait till."
No, we got to wait till the rest of the year.
Like next April.
Game
I was
of
like,
Thrones.
"What?"
I think I did do Game of Thrones.
No, because I didn't do Game of Thrones until the very last season, like in between the two.
Right.
You know,
you watched all the old seasons before the last.
Yeah.
Season.
and then watch the last one live.
Right. Yeah, we're not much for cliffhangers. We want to be able to binge it out, man.
And the last live TV show, other than the last season of the Game of Thrones, was The Shield.
Every Tuesday. That was the last show that you and I used to go out and wait every week for an episode to come out.
The live show.
That's correct. Yep. So there you go.
We would run and do things during the commercial break, to get back to the TV. Because
hurry, it's starting! It's starting!
Right.
Yeah,
On demand wasn't a thing back then.
Pause shit or nothing back then. Yeah. How crazy is that?
We were still recording with VHS
tapes.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, we're old. Eat a dick.
You're old. I was young. You took advantage.
Yeah, I'm still taking advantage. Let's play a song so I can take more advantage. What do you think? As a matter of fact, let's play an interview because I am so happy to talk to Hateful Agony, man.
Okay.
I love this band. I love this album. I'm not fucking... Plastic Culture Pestilence is a must-own album, period. Hands down, period. They're fucking great. If you're a thrash fan, you have to have this and you have to play it at top volume until your neighbors leave your neighborhood. And you can send me a thank you note later. But these guys were nice enough to spend some time with us here at Metal-O-Mania, and we couldn't, even though I fucked up and didn't play the Red Death interview last week, and I played it tonight, I didn't want to back up the Hateful Agony thing either, so you get a 2 for tonight.
Nice, okay.
And here's the number 2. Whoa, they're not going to be happy I called them a number 2, are they? Let me rephrase that.
Rewind that.
Hateful Agony!
And now for something completely different.
All right, out there, Metal-O-Maniacs, we got something in store for you next. Something special if you're a big thrash metal fan like I am, because we're going to be talking to my new friends from Germany, Hateful Agony. What's up tonight, guys, man? Thanks for joining us.
Hey, thank you. Computers fucking suck.
Computers fucking suck. That's right, man. For those out there, man, you may notice that we're doing an audio interview with these guys tonight. We tried to do the video thing, but we're having Skype issues today, so we're saving you from looking at all of our ugly faces. We'll show you pictures of shit instead. So, but
you get ugly pictures instead.
That's right, ugly pictures instead of ugly live action. Goddammit. So, introduce yourself, though, guys. Who do we got on the phone with us today? Tell everybody.
I am Tom, drums and bums, and this is.
And I'm Lucas, and I'm just the vocalist.
Hey, just the voice of the band. That's all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. So you guys, if I'm not mistaken, formed in 1997, right? And Tom's been around since the early days.
Yeah, I have nothing better to do since I'm unemployed. It just continued. I don't know why. We actually founded the band and wanted to play just one gig, and it's now 5 albums later and 20 years later, and it wasn't on purpose, but I still like it. So we played with a lot of my favorite bands in the time, like Intruder or Tankard or like Suicidal Angels, Legion of the Damned, and it was pretty cool to play with a lot of bands. I bought the records when I was a kid, like Flotsam and Jetsam, for instance, and stuff like that. So we just continued because it was always fun, and it's more an idealistic thing than anything else. I mean, you know that since you run that radio show, so yeah.
Right. It's a passion project, man.
It's a passion, yeah. Thrashing was a passion.
That's right. That's right. The metal gets inside of you and it takes over, and you can't fight it, brother. It takes over.
Yeah. It takes all my money and my energy, but I still love to do it.
Yeah, hey, I feel you. It takes all your money, that's for sure. I spend more money on metal than I do anything else, I believe. So
yeah, I could have bought like 5 houses, but who gives a shit as long as I can headbang and get drunk.
That's right. That's right. Way more important. Fuck them houses. That shit can go.
Yeah. Fuck them.
You know what I mean? We're all just renting this fucking space anyway for a little bit. We might as well have fun with it.
Yeah, right. There's no afterlife. It's just the now and here.
That's right, brother. I couldn't agree with you more, man. We got the here and now, so let's make it happen, brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. Now, we just had like different lineup changes and stuff, but the fun always stayed, even it was like getting really rough at times. But yeah, I still listen to the same music like I listened to in the late 80s and in the early 90s, so there wasn't a reason to quit, and the fun is still there, and I still get to meet new people, yeah, it's just an idealistic thing for us.
It's awesome, brother. Hey, I get to meet you, so that's an awesome thing right there, brother.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, man. But, well, let's talk about that. You guys formed in 97, and you have had some lineup changes other than yourself, right? Most of the band came in about 4 years ago, correct?
I joined the band just about 6 months ago.
Oh,
so I'm the new kid, so to speak, and I'm also the youngest one.
Hey, fuck yeah, man. Bring in that fucking new blood, right?
Yeah.
Good shit.
Yeah, I tried to turn him into all the old fart stuff like Dark Angel and shit, so he doesn't have to listen to Dark Throne all the time.
Hey man, watch some of our shows. We got some good stuff for you to check out, man. We'll get you versed.
Yeah, great. I have heard. I think the band was called Red Death when you did the interview with Milana. Pretty great band. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff around now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think metal is back like since 15 years, something like that.
Absolutely.
At least since like 2006. So yeah, I'm glad to hear a band that finally play metal and don't play like bullshit with hip hop vocals and call it metal. So yeah, there's a lot of good new stuff to discover, and I don't like the attitude of some people who are just like only the old stuff rules, because there are so many good new bands out that should deserve to get like good spaces at the open air festival. So yeah, do yourself a favor and check out new bands.
Yeah, there's a real classic metal revival going on in the last 10 years or so, and I also think it's great that you don't have to listen to just the old bands. So there are just as many good young bands who have the passion and the spirit and the energy to do their thing, and I think that's just great.
Yeah, you know what? In my opinion, it's better than it's ever been. Even better than the 80s. People want to argue with me about that sometimes, but I think they're wrong. And honestly, our show every week this show exists to tell people anyone who says no good metal's been made since the 80s, this show exists to say
yeah, that's bullshit, because that's actually the people who buy like the same Metallica record since like 20 years and nothing else, and never check out a new band. So I think it's kind of sad that most of the really big bands go on tour with shit bands that have nothing to do with the styles they play. I mean, there are so many good new thrash and death metal bands out there, and traditional metal, and yeah, even like I also grew up on a lot of hardcore and punk stuff, so I love newer bands like Annihilation Time, for instance. Yeah, I think there's something for everyone. Just people are too lazy to find something new. I think that's the biggest problem. They're not go to shows everywhere, and the last album they bought was like the Black Metallica album, and now they're whining about the past. And yeah, I don't know. It's a shitty attitude.
Yeah, there's never been such a variety of bands and genres in the metal scene. Although not everything is good, of course, but yeah, you have the choice, and there's much more stuff than there was back then in the 80s.
Way more stuff. So much more. The scene is thriving right now, and it's global. I mean, Brazil has a beautiful scene. Germany has a beautiful scene, as you know. Italy has a beautiful scene. Spain has, and we're starting to, pockets in the Middle East of metal are coming out now. I mean, Lebanon, there's so many places. It's great. It's a global...
Even like in fucking Uganda and Zimbabwe, you're gonna find some metal bands.
That's right.
So yeah, that's just great. There's like only 2 or 3 countries in the world where there are no metal bands, like North Korea or Somalia. So you just have this real big worldwide community with the common language that is the music.
Fuck yeah, brother. Fuck yeah. And that's what brings us all together, man. And on that note, what was it about the music that brought you to it? Like when you guys were young kids and you first started hearing metal, what were the bands and what was it about those bands that made you say, fuck yeah, I want to do this metal thing?
So actually, when I started with metal, I was into rock and roll. I grew up with like Elvis Presley and Bill Haley and yeah, stuff like that. So the first thing I heard on TV, which was more metal, was Guns N' Roses. I think it was like the Rose Tattoo cover version, and I was like, damn, this sounds like Chuck Berry. I have to check the band out. And I never liked AC/DC. I don't know why, but I started with Guns N' Roses, and then came stuff like Mötley Crüe and later Metallica and Assassin and like the German thrash bands like Creator and Exhumer and Destruction and stuff like that, because it was like pretty much in our neighborhood and everyone at school was listening to them. And then I fell in love with the Bay Area scene, and one of my dreams came true this year was playing with Blind Illusion, because the Sane Asylum is, in my opinion, is one of the 10 best records out of the Bay Area, and these guys still fucking rule and deliver live. So yeah, like I said, I started with rock and roll, went on to hard rock, and then it was thrash, and later came the whole punk and hardcore stuff through bands like DRI, and you want to discover the roots of these bands, and came from DRI to bands bands like Agnostic Front and Urban Waste. So that's pretty much the stuff that influences me today, like the old hardcore punk stuff, the old thrash metal stuff, and the first death metal wave with bands like Massacre, and Death and stuff like that.
Obituary. Less.
Yeah, not so much Obituary, but Massacre, Death, and Master, for instance, and like stuff like Infernal Majesty and Possessed for sure.
Yeah.
So that's the influences where we draw our sound on. But I think Lucas wants to say something.
Yes.
I'm a 90s kid. I was born in 91, but even back then I hated this decade and the music. I thought it was dreadful. And even as a little kid, I listened to music from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and to the old Rolling Stone and Van Halen records of my father. And then later, through a friend, I got into black metal. But nowadays, I like most metal genres. It doesn't matter if it's thrash metal, true metal, glam metal, black metal, death metal, whatever. I just love all the stuff. So these I have a lot of influences, and I also have some other projects where I do black metal, thrash metal, and a bit of glam and true metal. So I draw influence from really a lot of different genres.
So as long as it has that word metal in there, right?
Yeah, exactly. And as long as it's not too modern. So I can't stand like melodic death metal or all the metalcore stuff. It's just not for me. I am more of an old school kind of guy.
Right, brutal.
Yeah,
bring the brutality, fucking goddamn right, brother.
Yeah, and the most important thing in metal, in my opinion, are good riffs. You just need a good riff that drives the song, that makes you bang your head. And a lot of these modern bands just don't have that. They do like I mean they have riffs, but they are boring and they're drawn out. And that's what I miss about a lot of modern bands. They seem to have forgotten how to write good riffs.
Well, I think there's a wave of bands that are bringing riffs back now. You guys being a good example of that. Power Trip and some of those bands. But what I'm finding is finally coming back, and what we were really without for a while was fucking guitar solos, man. I think we went like a decade without a fucking guitar solo.
That was like the 90s. We actually toured with Virus from the UK, and the guitarist was like, we talked about metal in the 90s, and he was like, new metal was like metal, and you put out of it everything that is interesting, like the guitar solos, the speed, the aggression, and it was just what was left was like just this stale bunch of nothing, meaningless bullshit, Everything that made metal interesting was gone.
I could not agree more with that statement. I really couldn't. That's totally true. We spent an entire decade where we took everything good about our thing and put out a shitty, stale, empty product instead. I don't know why we did that.
Yeah.
But I'm glad we're back.
Yeah, right. I think
in the 90s it was called progression.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the moment the kids started to wear baggy jeans instead of skinny jeans, that was the point where it all came down. But now the skinny jeans are coming back, so is the good metal.
I blame that fucking goddamn grunge movement that happened in the 90s.
Yeah, right.
It turned everyone into a bunch of pussies.
Yeah, I don't think it wasn't really the grunge movement because it existed before that. They were just like a bunch of art students who like to listen to Huskadu. Yeah, like the big corporations like MTV just flushed all the hair bands, and I think it's a stupid term because they were just hard rock bands. I mean, it's like calling 90s metal bald metal. Yeah, you know what I mean? But they flushed them all down the toilet, and everything you had was like Nirvana and Alice in Chains copies, and even like the rich kids from my high school dressed up in Doc Martens and flannel, which was like an anti-fashion statement before that, So yeah,
I think in the 80s, what you saw on the air and heard, there was just an oversaturation of all these glam bands and later the sleaze bands, and people just got tired of it, of all these dressed up kind of guys.
Cowboy boots and ballads.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the grunge movement came, which really boiled everything down to the minimum and did away with all the glam, and that's why people liked it because it was fresh.
It was anti-glam.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Our metal thing had turned into a fucking Xerox copy of itself, man. You know what I mean? We had let it turn into the Poisons and the Warrants and all that shit, you know. And now keep in mind, there was great underground metal being made back then. It just was being
it was like searching for diamonds in a pile of shit. I remember the time, like in the late 90s when we started out. I think that was the reason, I didn't say it first, but one of the reasons I started this band was because there wasn't any music like that anymore. We started out in 97, and it was like I played in a death metal band before, and these bands were like going more the Norwegian style. I actually wanted to do music like D-side, you know, the Florida death metal stuff, and they were like, oh man, you have to listen to Dissection from Norway, and I was like, fuck, it's like kindergarten melodies, and it's like it wasn't just my cup of tea. And when we split, I was like, okay, I want to do something where my heart is at, and that was thrash metal, and our guitarist was like the same way. So we founded Hateful Agony and started to writing thrash songs because it was the music you couldn't buy at that time. And if you go out in a metal pub or something, it was like all dark, and you all see like Emperor and Mayhem shirts, and I was like the only one with ripped jeans and an Exploited shirt and like a battle vest in there, and I don't know, it was like I wanted to do something that I liked and that remembered me of my youth, and something I grew up with, which wasn't there at the time. That was the reason because we founded the band.
Right, there was a hole there. Yeah. Hey, you had to get in that hole. I understand.
Yeah,
you always have. Yes.
Well, that's good shit. Well, then, all right. So you formed the band, and then, you know, at this point, like you said, you put out what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 records, right? 5 full-length albums.
Yeah, but they were like all self-financed, and then later we got Violent Creek Records was interested in us, and they signed us, and they have a lot of other good shit like Wolfpack and Traitor, and I think
Lorenz is a buddy of ours. Yeah, good dude.
Yeah, and we released the last 2 albums through this label.
That's good shit, man. Yeah, Violent Creek Records. Shout out to those guys over there. Dude, giving metal some love. We love them guys over there, man. Yeah, that's good stuff. We talked to Lorenz from Traitor. He's in Traitor and Wolfpack, actually. He's a good friend of ours here at the show, man.
Yeah, I saw a Wolfpack live, actually, like, I think this year, and in spring, I saw him live. Pretty good crossover band, yeah. I also dig Traitor.
Yeah, me too.
But I think they have different influences from us. I think Traitor is, like, much more German sounding like us. We have, like, more American thrash into our sound, like Old Dark Angel and Demolition Hammer, Sadist, stuff like that. And Wolfpack is more like suicidal tendencies, for instance. So
yeah, I completely agree, actually. Yeah. You guys got a good, unique, different flavor from one another, man. And I love both bands, man. And I'm a big fan of you guys, man. So, and I'll tell you what, the Plastic Culture Pestilence album, fantastic, brother. You know, top shelf. I know you guys been on the road and supported that a little bit, but tell me a little bit about what's going on with you guys right now. What's on the plate for Hateful Agony as we sit here today?
So our next show is on the 26th. It's called, it's like a little festival, Metallic Xmas, and it's we see it just as a middle finger to Christmas. We thrash instead. We're gonna play in Munich
with our friends from Suicidal Angels from Greece.
Yeah, exactly.
We've talked to them on the show before too. Actually, tell them.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, tell them we said hi.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, cool. We interviewed them on the show. Good guys.
Yeah, we played actually the first German show with them back in 2006, I think, when they didn't have a contract and they were flying to Germany on their own coasts, and we had a Greek bass player at the time, so their German wasn't so good, and so they spent most of the time with our Greek bass player. And it's funny, 13 years later now we play again with these guys, and I made some like John Cavill, for instance, from Warbringer. He did like guest vocals on the Son of Sam song from the In the Name of God album. He stayed like for a couple of days at my apartment when he went to Germany. But that was like before Warbringer was signed, and we didn't knew that this band would be. They were just a demo band like us, and same for Suicidal Angels. And I'm really glad for these guys that they have so much success now, because they both work really hard and go on tour and release great records. So yeah, horns up for them.
Yeah, fuck yeah. We talked to Warbringer actually on the show too, man. I'm a huge fan of those guys. Love them dudes.
Yeah, John Campbell is a cool guy. Yeah,
very cool guys. Very cool guys. Very cool band. Well, so you got this show coming up later in the
and we do a cover version for a Slayer tribute sampler in memory of Jeff Hanneman, because we do the Slayer cover version live since like 2 or 3 years. We used to do like Hyrex cover versions and The Accused cover versions and all the shit that influenced us through the years. And there was a Slayer tribute, and I asked them if we can do our cover version. So I think that's the next thing that will be released. And other than that, we are going to tour Europe again next year. And if everything goes the way I hope it will go, we will visit America for the first time.
Hell yeah, brother. You got to let me know about that. I'll be there, brother.
Yeah, it's on the East Coast, and I hope we can make a bit more shows than just like one show that is more or less confirmed now. I hope we can play like Canada and some shows on the East Coast. I hope it works out. So would be our first time.
Let us know when the dates are for that, man. Because we're East Coast. We're right here in Washington D.C., brother. So we'll have to work something out.
Yeah, I think Diseased is from Washington D.C., right? King Foley and stuff like that. Yeah, one of my absolute favorite bands, Diseased. They fucking rule.
Fuck yeah. Misery Index is from here. Dying Fetus. I went to actually high school with some of the Dying Fetus dudes. Well, that's good shit, brother, man. I look forward to seeing what happens next on you guys' agenda, man. Because I'm a huge fan of you guys, man, for sure.
Yeah, thank you. we are huge fans of your show since we know the show. So it was like, hey, Billy Milano, great. I have to watch that interview.
Fuck yeah. I hope you get in the archives, man. We've talked to quite a few bands. Warbringer, Chrysix, Suicidal Angels. We've talked to Amkin and Nile and quite a few big bands at this point, man.
Cadence.
Yeah, that's right. We'll be talking to them on the 1st. I can't wait. I'm excited about that. Good shit, brother. Well, that's awesome, man. If everybody out there right now, though, all of our Metal-O-Maniacs want to follow the band and pick up their copy of the CDs and that sort of thing, or some band merch, what's the best way for them to follow the band, man?
Facebook.
Damn right. Hateful Agony, right on Facebook. Look them up, hit the like button. God damn it. Do it now. Do it! Yeah! Fuck yeah, that's good shit, brother. That's good shit, man. Well, you fucking guys kick ass, man. I definitely appreciate you spending some time with this crazy thing we do here at Metal-O-Mania.
Yeah, and we appreciate you having us.
Even it was hard to finally reach us.
Hey, we made it happen, though, goddammit. That's all that matters, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all have a good night.
Cheers.
Cheers, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
Yo, bye.
Later, brother.
Later, man.
Be good.
Hey, thrashers, slam dancers, and all you metal freaks. This is Tom from Hateful Agony.
And this is Lucas, and we thrash.
To the heaviest show on the fucking earth, Metal-O-Mania with Chris. So turn up the fucking volume right now and bang your fucking head.
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah. Metal-O-Mania.
They love this shit. Let's do this!
Just with death,
Man, I don't drop character till I've done a DVD commentary.
How awesome are those dudes, man?
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. Hateful Agony. Go over there and show them the love. Hit their Facebook page. Pick up a copy of motherfucking Plastic Culture Pestilence today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Like that.
So we look for more stuff from them, man. I'm telling you, they're about to hit the road, do some cool things, man. It's a good band. Good band doing good things. So you got to support that. And on that note.
Good chat.
Yeah, oh yeah, love talking to them too, man. That's truly become one of my favorite things to do with this show is talking to the bands and all that. So, and on that note, go out and see a band.
Right. We wanted to talk about that. Yeah.
Get out there and see a band this weekend. Make it this week. If you don't have anything on your plans this weekend, go see a band.
Yep.
Somebody's coming near you. It doesn't have to be Testament.
You don't have to know them necessarily.
Right.
You'll
That's
probably
right.
have a good time still.
Right. It doesn't have to be Power Trip, although a Power Trip near you, I do recommend you
Yeah,
go
to
check
go see them.
But,
what do I got today?
Yeah,
I got
look at you. Got your fucking Tombstone Blue.
Yeah, this came in the mail this week, I think, right?
That's good stuff.
Maybe
recently.
yeah.
Recently, yeah.
So, awesome.
Go show them the love, man.
Thank you.
Tombstone Blue, great fucking release from them. Yeah, I think we did get that, as a matter of fact. They sent some CDs for our listeners. So next week we'll come up with
the next mail outs are going to have.
We're starting to build some more goodies to give to people.
Cool.
So, yeah, we'll have to do something next week to come up with our excuse to send some mail outs.
All you guys have to do is subscribe to their YouTube pages.
Yeah, it's easy.
It's It's very easy.
And
then you get notifications right on your little phone.
Boom.
So there you go.
And again, if they're local to you, it's probably a fucking $10, $12 ticket. Go down there or less, man. I've seen some shows on $7. Yeah. Go check out a local band. You usually get to meet them after the show. You know, it's a great experience, man. You know, and check this out. What if you meet a band this weekend at your local venue? 2 years from now, they're fucking blowing shit up. You know what I mean? You'll be
How
like,
cool would that
I
be?
was checking them out local. I met that guitar player over by me.
Yep. Right.
You know? It's worth its weight in gold, man. And it's what our
It
scene is
happens.
about. Our scene needs that. Our lifeblood for our scene is you're going out to see a show. You're picking up a T-shirt.
Yeah,
you know?
man. Every big band was just a shitty local band
Shitty
once
little-
upon a time, you
Fucking
know?
playing in somebody's basement or garage at
Right.
one point. That's right, man.
You gotta
Even
start
the big
somewhere,
ones.
man.
That's right.
Yeah.
So help them start at venues near you. And you can do that by picking up their albums, by hitting like on their Facebook page, by fucking picking up a T-shirt, by fucking, and if they're near
merch. Merch is a good one.
you, merch is huge.
Yeah.
Merch is huge.
And buy
you
it all
know.
directly from the band.
Yeah, truly.
Where you can.
Yeah,
You know?
truly. If you can cut out the middleman and get it directly from the band, it is hugely beneficial to the band. So there you go. Support our scene. You know
Remember,
what I mean?
they get like a half of a fraction of a penny for every listen that
nothing.
they get.
Yeah,
on,
right.
like, you know.
Right, Solitary. We interviewed Solitary. That dude was like, man, they played us like blah, 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 blah. I don't even remember how many times on Spotify, but it was a bunch. And he was like, we got 12 cents for that shit. Like,
Yeah.
God damn.
Yep.
So, yeah, buy the T-shirt, man. Buy the merch. Feed a fucking musician, man.
Right. They need gas to
That's
get to
right.
you, man.
That's right. Every CD you've ever seen in the thank you notes, it says, thank the fans who fucking bought a ticket and a T-shirt, man, because that's the way we were able to do this, and it's true. It's so fucking true, man.
Yep.
So pick it up, you know. And every now and again, as a metal fan, you're rewarded with something free and cool and easy. So keep your ears peeled, and we'll give you that 420 release.
Yeah.
On 420.
Nice.
Free metal
That'll
for
be
you.
fun.
Metal-O-Maniacs only. You will have to show
Hopefully
to get
we
the
won't
code.
forget.
Yeah, we might, man. We're going to give out the 420 thing like a week later, dude.
We'd be like, oh shit, yesterday
Fuck,
we were
dude,
supposed to do this, man.
that shit.
There wasn't there something today?
Yeah, right.
No, I know we're getting high. I know that.
We're in a
part,
cloud
but
of smoke, bruh.
Wasn't there something we were doing?
Well,
today?
dude, you know what's fucked up is we're going to give out our 420 release on 420, but this year, the entire month of April is 420, bro.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
Fuck. Oh,
Do you
watch
know how
out,
many
world. The
cloud smokes?
stoners
Yeah,
are
yeah.
gonna rule the world.
Yeah, well, no, they're just going to sit in their yards and get stoned. But
They're going to talk about it a lot in the month of
Yeah,
March.
they're going to rule the yard.
Yeah.
But yeah, fuck yeah, more power to you stoners.
That's
But we're going to have a release. You're going to have to listen in to get the code.
What are the food delivery apps and stuff?
Yeah, right.
You guys, get ready. All
Buy
you non-stoners.
stock and fucking Grubfest.
DoorDash.
Yeah,
That's what. Yeah, DoorDash. People are going to be hitting
Grubhub,
up
all that
DoorDash
shit. Fuck yeah,
nonstop.
buddy.
Yep.
You better believe it. I'm gonna go. We're gonna get out of here soon, so we can go buy stock in Grubhub. You know.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. But not only will you enjoy an entire month of 420, but also you will get a free Metal-O-Mania release with 15 bands participating, giving you free metal.
Awesome.
Fuck yeah.
Very
And
cool.
again, you gotta listen.
Are you
in.
doing like a preview of what those bands are going to be?
Yeah, as
or
I
like, are
get
you
there, as
letting
we
it
get
go?
closer.
Oh,
No,
okay.
as we get closer, I'll give
Is it
more
all
details.
secret?
Yeah.
Okay.
For now, it's secret, but as we get more things locked in, we'll give more announcements and releases.
Gotcha. What are you doing?
The computer
this
keeps telling me to
weekend?
fuck off. I don't know what's going on
What
here.
is it?
Support assist thing keeps
What are you
opening. I have
hitting
no
to
idea.
make that
I'm not
happen?
touching anything. I'm not touching anything, and yet it comes. I have it like that.
You're giving your hands.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Hey, she didn't marry me for no reason. You know what I mean? So, but I'll tell you what. I know one of the reasons you married me is because I bring good wood.
Yeah.
No, I mean metal.
Metal.
Well,
Well,
yeah, okay.
metal's good and strong.
Yeah, right on. Good.
Yeah.
Good solid wood metal. Solid metal.
You didn't mean to say what there.
Yeah, I fucked it in the
Can
goose.
you edit that out?
Good solid. Okay, let's play a song. Let's play two songs, as a matter of fact. I got Silosis and some Pestilent Age coming up for everybody, man. This Silosis release, which is called Cycle of Suffering, these dudes are from the UK. These dudes were together from 2000 to 2016, briefly broke up, got back together a year ago, and now have this release, man. It's called Cycle of Suffering. It's badass. This Calcified video I'm going to play for you right now is just silly. I'm going to follow it up with Pestilent Age, man. Another band I have fucking fallen fucking in love with. Death metal, badass band. We're going to play Broken on the Wheel, which is a single they've put out for everybody to devour. And let's devour together. Fuck yeah, right here, Metal-O-Mania.
Yabba dabba dabba do.
Huh? You look somebody?
Ha, mishy gishy gushy gushy mishy meshy mushy motherfucker.
Moms, let's break out the rubber pillowcases tonight. Little pricks are going to be counting tears, not sheep.
When our little girl was born, we got a Subaru. It's where she said her first word. No. Saw her first day of school. Bye-bye. Made a best friend forever. Oh my God. The backseat of my Subaru is where she grew up.
Designed for your most precious cargo.
What?
The all-new Subaru Forester.
Boom, another 1-2 punch for you in your gut and your solar plexus tonight here on Metal-O-Mania with that, man. Solosis.
Violent with your music tonight.
It's inherent to the genre. You know what I mean? We're not, people often think metalheads are violent people. We're not. Our music, yeah, it is. I mean, it's hard to know.
It sounds like it is.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's calamitous. It's violent. It tackles violent subject matter very often. And that's something we're proud of. We eat it up, man. But that doesn't make us violent people, though. I do think that's a misnomer when it comes to most metalheads.
No, metalheads are the biggest cat lovers in the world.
Thank you.
You'll never see anybody.
Isn't that the truth?
More of a cat lover than a metalhead. So
we devour sci-fi and horror, and we like deep, dark subject matter, and we get into that kind of stuff. But it doesn't make us, we're not satanic, evil devil worshippers. At least not all the time. And right, I agree. Every metalhead I know has a cat. I don't think I know a single metalhead that doesn't have a cat that they love and worship and idolize. You know what I mean? And no metalhead just owns a cat either. It's like, this is my cat. You know what I mean? My hero, my partner in life. And I get it. We got one of those too, Mr. Miyagi. So.
Oh, he's amazing.
We got he is amazing. He's an amazing cat.
He's cool.
He's a cool ass cat, and I love him. See, there you go. We're evil music. I love my kitty.
Yeah.
But hey, that's what we do, man. That's how the I was going to say Metal-O-Mania, but all metal. That's how all metalheads everywhere. That's how it works. And
everybody loves pussy.
And that's true. Isn't that the truth? And yet another reason. Let's get the fuck out of here and close the show down tonight. What do you think?
Yeah,
man? We had a good one.
We're pre-recording, so we can do this earlier.
Yeah.
For our own selfish reasons. No, I wish that's what it was.
I know you're going to go snore on me. You're going to be snoring 5 minutes after we get out of here, aren't you? true. It's all right. You earned it. But yeah, we got good things coming. I want to remind you guys, we have the 420 release coming up. We have the fucking June
Toast-O-Mania.
Yeah, the Toast-O-Mania on June 20th in Chicago. You're going to want to try to get out there for that. We have some just big things, man. We'll keep you posted, but we're going to try to do some live things. We're going to get snacks in here whenever we can get her back here. Just cool things are coming up, and keep hanging out with us, and we'll keep doing metal things for you.
Remember when there's a Friday the 13th coming up?
Yeah, we always try to do something for that.
Probably have something going on.
Yeah, always. Even if you and I just come into the studio and play a cool playlist for the fuck of it, we'll do something on Friday the 13th. So, something to look forward to. And but we were talking just a second ago about we like our songs to have fucked up subject matter.
Yeah.
Well, on point, we're going to close with some cattle decapitation tonight.
Okay. Yeah, that fits.
If you do not have Death Atlas, you wasted 2019. I don't know where were you last year.
What
There's right. I mean,
365 days.
What did you do with all of them?
Granted, it probably didn't come out on January 1st.
But you had
last
enough.
Year,
There's no excuse. And if you have made a list, we talked a couple of weeks ago about how we're not big list people. We don't like that whole what's the best of 2019 because you always leave somebody off. There's always something overlooked. But
and it depends your mood, whatever. Blah,
truly,
blah, blah,
right.
blah,
The day of the week you asked me could literally change my list.
Right.
So I tend to try to shy away from those. But there is not a list that exists that would not include Death Atlas on it. They're just, if you ask me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, I might have it in a couple of different spots on my list, but it will always fucking be there. And I thought, let's close with it. You know what I mean?
Well, then appropriate.
Damn right. Damn right. Well, I love you, Scully.
Love you too.
Much love.
Good night.
Thank you guys for hanging out, everybody. I know it's past her bedtime, so
I know my brain is barely functioning now.
falling out on me. But yeah, let's play some cattle decapitation. Let's keep hanging out. Again, go into the archives, share our shows, our past episodes. We're gonna talk about some send outs for you guys. We're gonna send you some old shows and all that kind of stuff. But please do support the show. Go in the archives, share and tag, add people to our Metal-O-Mania page and group and things. Anything you guys can do to help us make it bigger and extend our reach. We appreciate it. You know what I mean? And there we go. And we'll reward the people you bring us with shit like cattle decapitation. We're going to close the show with Bring Back the Plague from that badass release, Death Atlas. San Diego's own cattle decapitation. Thank you very much. Episode number 151. Come back next week. We'll do 152. What? Who are we interviewing next week? Shit, I don't even remember. Well, we got some great interviews coming up for you, so keep hanging out. And if you're on social media, we'll send you flyers and shit.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Much love.
Much metal.
See you next week.
Good night.
Insanity oozing through telephone cables, oozing to the ears of all these poor, sane people, infecting them. Wackos everywhere, plague of madness.
Systematic and shame is a must. These cattle rats to the 666
This is one sick, twisted, deviant pervert who also loves current events.
This just in. Scientists have discovered that once you've been infected by Metal-O-Mania, there is no cure. Contact Scully right away for more and more metal to feed the dragon.
This is Chris from Infernal Majesty, and you're listening to Metal-O-Mania with The Crypt.
Hi, I am Danger Diener of Space Parasite, and this is Metal-O-Mania!